Within our marriage that eventually led to our split was me confronting or seeing or even going to see about ADHD. Somebody told me a long time ago basically that, I was a boy in a man's body, which pissed me off because I thought I was a man, but I really wasn't acting like one at the time. And marriage-wise, I was a single man in a marriage. Now, this was yours, technically second, my first. And I was not mentally fit for that at all. At all. And that showed up a lot in our marriage. And outside of that, one of the things that came up within our marriage that eventually led to our split was me confronting or seeing or even going to see about ADHD. Now, as a child, we have these issues, but in my house, it was just like you just lazy or this or that or blah blah blah. Nobody thought about that at that point in time. We dealt with it different ways, but that doesn't mean it ever got better. So all these bad habits I've grown up with entered my marriage. You're talking about having baggage. I had the Louis, I had the Gucci, I had all kind of like rolls of baggage rolled into one po thing. Sometimes when I think about it, I got to pray and ask for forgiveness and just ask the Lord to just lighten it because it was a lot. It was a lot. So, but dealing with that, and I didn't recognize it. Actually, she had sent me something about it, and I dismissed it like, I ain't mental. I ain't crazy.
Spoiler alert. Darren is mental. But welcome to SpeakEasy Conversations number 40 we're smoking with Darren Carter. What's up, Doug? How you doing?
Well, man, other than my black eye that I got when I was working in the house. My dumbass. I was trying to.
Do you want to explain yourself, or?
Yeah, so Joe and I are trying to redo our lower cabinets because our lower cabinets were painted, and the paint's coming off. So we decided we'd strip them and then we'd stain them so that they're stained instead of painted. And yeah, hammer time. So I was pulling. I had trim work on. The problem is the trim was composite; it wasn't wood, so we couldn't stain it. So I had to pull the trim off. Problem is, by the stove, I didn't have a real easy way to get access to pull it off. So I took a flat hammer, not one with like a real curve, but one that's more flat, and tried to get it. And I got it wedged in there, and I was like, all right. And I laid it on the floor, and I started pulling it, and then just hammer right in the eyeball. And then that's where I got a nice black eye. Because I'm genius when I do housework. That's why I should probably do housework.
Well, on that note, what are you drinking? Because I think you probably need one.
Yeah, that would be correct. I bought this explicitly for can art. I am saying that straight up front.
Okay.
It's a fucking hazy IPA, which, Greg, you know my feelings on those. But look how beautiful that can art is.
You disapprove.
Yeah, so this is from Burlington Brewing out of Vermont. But just look how pretty that is. That is so pretty. Hopefully, it's not terrible tasting. So we'll give that a pop and give it a see how it is. I even checked the bottom of the can for the date, Greg. You'd be impressed. And it was from July, so that's a little bit long, maybe for an IPA, but not terrible. Yeah, but look at that, definitely hazy.
I thought April was talking about your eye, but I thought she was talking about the IPA. So that shit was funny.
That's right. You're talking about both. Why not both?
That's true.
Not bad as I was anticipating. It's only 5.4%, which is nice, but it's not so like sometimes with those hazy. I just really struggle with the overly hop stuff. Definitely hoppy, but not like overly so. This is very drinkable, especially at 5.4. So,
yeah, brewers like to be extra, as I've started to say about, you know what I mean, like hazies, and this is like y'all just doing too much. Yeah. Now, that was a wonderful segue. I did that because I'm segueing into someone who is extra in a great way, and I've been saying this the past week. Is y'all know Bobby Fleshman? I keep calling him Mick Fleshman. From Mick Fleshman's brewery. This is their little tornado.
Ooh, that's a really cool hop logo there.
Yeah, it is. So the tornado is Bobby's take on Pliny the Younger. And
really?
And this is like his smaller version of that beer that he does for the Pliny the Younger. Also, I am channeling Bobby, my astrophysicist friend, with his hat, because he wears a hat just like this. But yeah, it's a West Coast IPA, and of course, it's great. Not too piney. It's great. It's great. It has that accent, but it's like kind of a lighter, like more sessionable version. I can't see. I'm Velma, y'all. I don't have my glasses, so I can't see.
You need your glasses, man. You can't.
Need my glass. Oh, they're right here. I can't even see that my glasses are right
here. Oh my god, your glasses are right there. That was great.
That's Greg. 12 ounces, 6.7. This shit drinks like a 4. Yeah, so I don't have to shout out to McFleshmans because I fucking do it all the goddamn time. They're great. I love them. And there's that. Doug. So we're still waiting on our guest, but I wanted to talk a little bit about the and then we'll actually get into React real quick because there's some things that I'll react to before Darren even gets here. But I don't know if you had any you heard everything at the top when Darren was talking about it basically started about his relationship, but it really ultimately got down to how Darren really needed more unpacking, basically, about himself specifically. And he was like, wow, I didn't think I had ADHD. And you could even see in the video, I don't know if we want to play it back, but like he just even had an attitude when he said it. He was like, ADHD, like kind of like, like you remember when we were young and someone would be like, hey, you might have this. And we were all just like so like combative about it. You know what I mean? Like totally dismissive. Yeah. So my question was, can you relate to that? But I guess you can. But just jump off on what either that or what Darren was saying earlier.
Sure. So to the ADHD thing, I don't have that. I do have a small bit of neurodivergence, but not ADHD. I'm not that far on that sort of thing. But like everything, it's all spectrum, right? Like
I'm here. I'm going to get my next beer. Just keep talking.
That's fine. So the whole thing is a spectrum. So however your brain works, could be ADHD, could be autism. Autism is a crazy wide spectrum. Could be just neurodivergence. Could be all three. Like there's you can hit the jackpot and hit all three. But like, it's interesting to hear him talk about, I had to unpack that. And the problem is when you have things to unpack, sometimes it's really difficult to hear that one, you have it. Like you said, men of a certain age or people of a certain age, even you hear like, you have this. Yeah, no, I don't. Get the hell out of here with that. And because we were taught you didn't want to be different. You absolutely do not want to be different. And that would be different. So like you couldn't have that. So we were kind of taught to kind of tough it out and not just be normal. So, and especially back when we were kids, like if you had ADHD, they didn't know what the fuck that was back then. They were just like, quit acting up, smack. So like that's how it was. So him, the whole man up thing, and him being like, I needed to unpack that and work through that. That's great. Like that's what we should all be doing. We should be doing that all the time, by the way, not just for certain things.
We need to, as men, we need to be doing it as men constantly.
Yeah.
As a white person, you need to be doing it as
I've been
a white
doing it
person.
double time. Yeah.
As a man, I got to do it, even though, I'm not privileged in a white way. I'm privileged in a male way. And that's pretty clear, actually. But on that note, Doug, I think we should. Yeah. I mean, you said everything I was going to say. I just thought it was interesting. Darren's even reaction now, like after he, accepted it, probably, had some therapy. He was even on that TikTok video. It was taken months ago. He was just like ADHD. You can even see it in his like, you know what I mean? So it's just like it's just those society things. It's not like the guy's literally on TikTok talking about it. So he's past that part, but like there's still a level of like, kind of like, hard to accept those critical things that we're all kind of flawed in a way.
For sure.
And some of us more than in a way, though. But we'll leave that for later. All right. So, no.
Groovy.
Groovy. Yeah. So actually, before I make my announcement, which I know is going to or it should cause some issues, but people get over it. Doug, I'm probably not going to get over this. Doug's brother-in-law gave me s'mores TNT, Doug.
Nice.
Whiskey barrel. This is a Doug special. Here we go.
Oh boy.
Whiskey barrel aged real s'mores motherfucking stout. That's
You could be bringing out the big boys. Did it explode?
No, but it's black like I like my beers, Doug.
And coffee.
Right.
And coffee.
Correct. I'm gonna stop there as I pour the tar.
Oh, that's looking like oil. This is gonna be good. I can't wait to hear what you think of it, my friend.
Oh my God. It literally smells like a Godiva chocolate bar.
Oh,
I don't smell any whiskey in the nose, so
maybe you get some on the palate.
So this beer is fucking fantastic. I don't taste any whiskey, Doug. I just taste chocolate and fucking marshmallow and more chocolate and more marshmallow. This is fucking fantastic. Doug, this may be better than, dare I say it. You know what I'm going to say.
Hey, maybe it is.
But I don't think I had they didn't have a whiskey barrel, right? They had a bourbon barrel version of their s'mores, right?
There was a bourbon barrel, so it's not.
Yeah, and do you remember that? Because this is exquisite. I
remember that being the best s'mores beer I ever had to this day.
I mean, y'all see this little can? It's fucking it. Look how small it is, Doug. It's fucking amazing. And look how much it gave me. This is all I fucking need. Like this little amount. You know what I mean? It's so rich, Doug. It's so rich. This is all I need. This is great.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? That's TMNT. Sorry.
It may not be, but right in this moment, it is GHG. So
so to that point, Greg, your idea of like that's how much you need. That's why I don't know if you saw that. Supposedly, there's when the Bourbon County Stouts come out, they're going to be making 4-packs of like smaller bottles or cans of it, like 8 or 10 ounces, and I'm like, perfect, great. Just give me one sample that I can't drink a whole 16-ounce bomber. That I'll be shit faced.
Or like, yeah, like bombers are just so out, especially for these. I get the whole sharing thing, but we're just different. We're in a different place.
Yeah, COVID. Thanks, COVID.
Well, thanks, COVID, and thanks. I'm not, Doug. Why are you trying to? Thanks, Terrace. Anyway, real quick, in and out, in and out. So I have an announcement to make, and so I don't even know how to introduce this, but there's been an NFL player, Doug, that I've been following since he was like this high, like almost probably literally high school. I remember hearing about him, and I follow him all through college, and I love him through college. And he's one of these players that I watched through college, and I was like, I'm going to root for this motherfucker in the NFL. I don't give a fuck. In fact, I rooted for him not to go to the Browns so he wouldn't be ruined. Okay? So he didn't go to the Browns, and he's not ruined. He did go somewhere not great, with a not great history, but I have decided to become a fan of this team because of this player. And y'all know who it is. Y'all close to me knows that his name is, and excuse the bad AI. Sorry, Doug. Or sorry, all y'all AI people. I don't like it either, generally, for the most part. But it's here, and what are we gonna do? Kind of like the internet. I wasn't really a big fan when it first came out, Doug, because I knew it was going to be horrible, and it is, and it has led to society's destruction, basically. But that aside, I am now. Look at this, Doug. Look at that wonderful AI.
Oh,
I am now a Caleb Williams Chicago Bears fan. Caleb Williams era, meaning that when Caleb Williams leaves the Bears, I will leave with him. So if y'all trade him, y'all traded me too. And this was last week, him being him, beating the Giants basically single-handedly because his defense sucks. At least he has a coach. His defense is terrible. And yeah, I don't have any Bears gear. I'm working on that. Now, this opens up the whole conversation of, can you be a fan of two teams? Fuck yes, you can, and I am. But like the Cleveland Browns are completely unwatchable this year, and we'll get Darren on here to verify what I was talking about because he's a Browns fan too. And coincidentally, I love Caleb Williams. He's just great. I knew he was going to be a great pro. He's going to be a great pro. He's starting to be a great pro. No matter how much y'all hate him, Bears fans, actually. Bears fans hate Caleb Williams still. There's still a section of them. It's wild. It's outrageous. And y'all are dumb. But I will take up the positivity on the Bears bandwagon for Caleb Williams. So I am a Bears fan now. I will take all the daggers to be a Bears fan, but I am primarily a Caleb Williams fan, and I will defend him like y'all defend some fucking heinous, awful individual people like y'all do all the time. And Caleb Williams is not heinous. He just paints his fingernails, and y'all get all fucking, y'all patriarch sheeple bitches, basically. Because if a man wears fucking nail polish, y'all have a problem. Oh, and he also cried on the sidelines at USC, which again, a man shouldn't be doing in public, Doug. Especially if you want to uphold the patriarchy and be patriarchy's little bitch. So that's another reason why I love Caleb Williams, is because he trolls all you bitches, and y'all can't do nothing about it because he's him, and he's going to run all over you, and y'all going to hate it. So hats off to Caleb Williams for being who you are, and it's great. And fuck you, patriarch little bitches. And that's going to be a theme around here too, Doug. In the past year, I've really understood and come to grips, especially after the orange piece of shit Goomba rise again, that the patriarchy is live and well, and it's fucking atrocious. And the people who fucking defend it, men, are fucking garbage. And that's why y'all been hearing me say that men are garbage around here. Yes. Is Doug garbage? No. Is our guest Darren Carter garbage? No. Is Daniel Fisher garbage? No. But outside of our little circle, there's 4 billion other men in this world who, many of them, are fucking trash. And that is my opinion. If anybody wants to come after me for that, you can. But I will cite, of course, the 92% violent rate that men do and women do, what, 6 or something. Yeah. So I have some stats behind my thing. And also, y'all like a perfectly fine woman. Y'all don't want a perfectly fine woman who is an upstanding citizen and who is a fucking prosecutor and who's never done a bad broken a damn law in her life for some piece of fucking shit who is a dog shit, atrocious individual who broke 600,000 laws. But it was cool for men to do that instead of the other thing. So fuck you men, and fuck you men. And y'all know where I'm at with men on, when it comes to, so it's complicated over here, Greg.
It's not complicated, but it is.
I'm a grown man and I can handle complications. So Caleb Williams, Darren is here. We'll get Darren up in a second here. It looks like he's still doing some things, getting ready to be on. So Darren, while you're here, before I move on, I pledge my fandom to the Chicago Bears. I am still a Cleveland Browns fan. But I am also
that reaction in the green room was everything.
Right. I knew it was going to cause problems. But I am still a Cleveland Browns fan, tried and true, even though I am a Caleb Williams Chicago Bears fan. And thanks AI for making me look good in the Bears shit. So while Darren is not happy, but we'll get to that in a second. So before Darren comes up, y'all, I do want to address this real quick too. So there's been whispers, Doug, in Wisconsin about your guy here. And one of the whispers I hear is that Greg is what's the word? Like, what most people see is me being very nice or gracious to breweries. I'm really, really, I think, smart with my words when I don't like a brewery experience. You know what I mean? I don't blast them. People, we've had this discussion before. I've had interactions with, a couple brewers this week, and, off the record, I said some things, but on the record, I haven't. And generally, I think I give a positive view. So there's been whispers here that I am too nice to breweries and all this shit. Okay, cool. That's fine. I mean, you can listen. I'm a public person in this area, so y'all get to criticize me. That's cool. But so in a strain of that, let's talk about Rogue Brewing, which was one of the worst, in my personal opinion, regional breweries ever. Is actually what I want to go to. I've had 2 of the worst experiences almost ever in a regional brewery when I went out there in Portland. And I went to their main place and I went in there and it was butter and oxidation and bad recipes. It was a mess. And I was like, okay, cool. I'll go to their other brew pub and see if maybe something was missing. No, something wasn't missing. It was trash beer from a trash, in my opinion. I think I still have the First Amendment right. I'm not sure. Actually, I might have to ask Doug if that's taken away yet. Anyway, because I don't follow the news.
Yeah, they don't give a shit about breweries, so I think you're okay.
I don't. Listen, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I have this. People could sue me or something. I'm just making sure that I still have the right to say what I'm about to say about Rogue, which is, in my opinion, they were one of the worst breweries I've ever been to, especially for a big one. I was completely and utterly disappointed. In fact, I wanted to like Rogue. I like the Dead Man Ale. That's a good beer, and I think it's still a good beer. But fuck you, Rogue, for this. Like, y'all, I fuck you for a couple reasons. But the number one reason is that y'all abruptly shut your place down. So what was the fucking notice that you gave your employees? Probably none. And now you're gonna sit here and act like, oh well, we didn't know. Don't pull this when you were $500,000 back in rent, and another 300, another 30K in taxes. Really, Rogue? Really? On top of, go down this rabbit hole if y'all don't believe me. Google Rogue ex-employees and be prepared to be sitting there for 4 hours or something, reading all the fucking horseshit that this company put on their fucking employees. And this is shit that I knew 5 or 6 years ago, y'all. So this is nothing new. The loss of jobs is the thing here. And that's fucking shitty for the people who work there. Okay. Especially in this time. And y'all waited this time and y'all waited to a Friday fucking afternoon to drop this news so that it will be. Y'all know what happens when we drop news on Friday afternoon. Y'all know. Come on. We're not doing this.
They call it
Fuck
the
Rogue.
Friday news dump
Fuck-
for a reason.
Fuck Rogue. Fuck their beer. Fuck their leadership. Fuck it all. And their beer was trash. When I went to their brew pub, it wasn't even. I just can't with this fucking. I just hope they're not resurrected. I hope they go the fuck away, and I hope that the people who work there are able to land in places that they can sustain their lifestyle and they can feed their fucking family. And one of the roughest times that we've had in our adult lives, especially the roughest time after the fucking pandemic. All right, I care and feel for the people who lost their jobs. I could give a fuck less for these people who ran this fucking dog shit brewery into the ground. Thank you. And that's all I gotta say. So, oh yeah. 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 Or they didn't get paid, or yeah, fuck them. Fuck Rogue. So
The only thing
for those who say Greg is nice to breweries and he's always pumping them up and he's a fanboy. Yeah, to good ones with good people. And that's not Rogue. And it's literally almost never been. It was when it started. Rogue was a good place. And I know that because I talked to a brewer that worked there today. So he told me it was a good place until one dude left, and then it was downhill. We'll keep his name off the record. But I will say on the record, fuck Rogue, fuck all that. And now it's time to get to our guest, Doug. How are you?
Just one question before we go to guess. One
comment.
Super quick. The only thing I will say about Rogue is Dead Guy-O is my gateway beer to craft.
Yeah.
So that's always going to be a thing that will have a nostalgia for me. A good beer.
Keep it.
I went to a Rogue Ale House in San Francisco once, and it was wildly unimpressive. And I had beers and I think Daniel mentioned that their IP was good up to the mid to late aughts. I think that might be generous. Maybe not, but like I think back then in like the early 2000s, their beers were pretty decent, and they were willing to do interesting stuff, and that was part of the appeal of them. And then, just like I said, I'd be really interested to hear what Jeff Allworth thinks, since he's up in that region. That would be a really interesting person to get an opinion from, since I think he's up in Oregon. So,
yeah. Well, clearly my mind's made up. I love Jeff, but whatever. Yeah. There's nothing he can say to resurrect this shit. I hope no one resurrects that place. Literally, I hope not. Like normally, I hope brewers get resurrected, and we've had a couple here in Wisconsin. We've seen them try to resurrect Anchor Steam. It didn't work, or I don't know what the hell's going on. I hear 13th Amendment is trying to be resurrected, Doug. I don't know if you know that.
21st Amendment?
Sorry, 21st Amendment. Yeah. Yeah. So there's, this is probably they might do the whole bankruptcy thing and try to like come back and all that. And I don't really give a fuck. I wish they would just go the fuck away and somehow these people could find better jobs, because I don't think working under them is good anyway for anybody. That's just my opinion, and I'm entitled to it. Thank you. And also I'm entitled to my opinion, which says that our guest here is an expert in barbecue. He's an expert in dealing with Greg, being a friend with this jackass named Greg Washington. He's really good at that. Darren is also excellent at he's always been excellent, like a person that really like talk to. That's where Darren and I have really bonded. And I remember you did too, Doug. We've all sat around the table and just had a really good time talking. Darren is also I don't know, he's starting to be a relationship expert, or at least someone that we should talk to about it. And the story goes, y'all, real quick. The reason that Darren's here is because I saw Darren's TikTok, right? And I didn't talk to Darren so Darren a couple months ago was like, yo, call me. And that's all it was. It was call me. It wasn't anything, right? So then it just scrolled, Doug, and it just scrolled, right? And then like last week, I was like, oh shit, I never fucking called Darren. Like, and then we know the story about,
That sounds familiar.
Fuck you, Doug. Anyway, I said Darren has to deal with Greg as a friend, right? So then I was like, Darren, oh my God, I didn't call you. What the fuck's going on, right? And he's like, dude, call me. What are you doing? So I call him and I was like, Darren, I saw your TikTok, man. And like, actually, we're going to play that TikTok. And I saw your TikTok and I saw you and your wife talking about separating. The fuck's going on? And without further ado, in the middle of the story, we're gonna bring Darren up. So I called Darren and I was like, wait, Darren, are you good? What's going on? And he's like, wait, what are you talking about? Right? And I was like, the TikTok, the one that you're talking with your wife about. Darren, do you mind if I play that now?
No, not at all. Go ahead. Doug, you got a good
all
background.
Of everything that was built up in here. I had
My studio, my friend.
You know, and to just a point where, you know,
Okay,
long time. So all of everything that was built up in here that I hadn't dealt with, you know, and to just a point where, you know, well, I just can't do this no more. I can't do this no more.
I remember we was upstairs in our room, and I don't know what the conversation was. Oh, and I was trying to tell you that, do you see me doing different? And your basic response, or what came to me, was, but I'm still leaving. I was crushed. I did what you wanted me to do, even if it was for the first time, for something I was so against. I was working my tail off, but you ever heard of that's why in my mind, that's why I'm saying now that you were probably already gone. Because at that time, I'm like, well, okay, now we got the answer. Now I'm trying to really work on the answer. And I was doing pretty well at that point. But she told me she was still leaving. I was done. I was done. I was so angry with you. I was boiling. I couldn't believe it. I just couldn't believe it. Here you asked me do that, and then you still dip. But my perspective.
Exactly.
My perspective. Your perspective.
You really want my perspective on this? You really want it? Oh, Lord.
Let me sip my tea.
Oh, now you want to sip tea. All this. Maybe it was too much, too little, too late type thing. I don't know. I don't necessarily feel like I was one step out the door, but we were in a bad place. And I had been there for a long time.
It was really bad, yeah. It was really bad.
Long time. So all of everything that was built up in here that I hadn't dealt with, you know, and to just a point where, you know, well, I just can't do this no more. I can't do this no more.
So more,
And it's not a dope beat. I love that beat. Ain't that a dope beat? That's
Yep.
Sorry.
Amen. Well, welcome, Darren Carter. Thank you. That was the introduction, and we'll get to that in a little bit. But thank you for joining us, Darren. How you been?
Man, I have been great. Thank you guys. It's good to be back. I think I'm maybe like 4 times maybe with you guys. I mean, I've been back, so I ain't been here in so long though. But anyway,
This is your third time on Friday, and I
Third.
think you did another one with me at some point. So I think you did Meet My Friends, Doug.
Yeah, that was a million years ago, but yeah.
Doug got a nice little studio back there. Got the little pads on the wall, everything. You know, I'm just
person.
Got to
You should see the other wall. The other wall's all soundproofed.
Nice. So yeah, things have been good. But wait, this is Speakeasy with Bourbon, right?
Yeah.
So,
You do whatever you like to drink.
I got to pour.
Yes, you do.
Look
at that.
You know what this is, though, right? You know what you know what this is.
Is it Courvoisier?
Oh no!
Sorry.
No.
Sorry, it was like the ladies' man because it was in its own little decanter. Sorry.
This is always my nearest.
Yeah,
baby. Cheers,
Mm-hmm.
friend. Cheers, and cheers.
Cheers. And Darren, Doug can tell you about his eye. Doug, I don't think he was here for your eye story.
No.
All right, so hold on. This is.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I was. So my wife and I are updating our kitchen, and our lower cabinets were painted, and we decided we were going to strip them and stain them. The problem is on the bottom there's trim, but the trim is like not wood. The trim was like some composite shit that you can't stain.
Right.
So I had to pull it up, but those things were glued on. And there was a part near the stove where I couldn't really get a good angle at it. And I had a flat hammer that I could get the claw in it. And I got the claw in, but I'm laying on the ground. I'm trying to get it, and the claw slips off, and the hammer just fucking clocks me right in the fucking eye.
Doug, I mean, it was like blood gushing everywhere, right?
You should see the other guy. The other guy with a hammer. So.
Did we have to go to emergency?
No. It looks way worse than what it feels. Like it's just a little sore to the touch. My eye did swell some where it was like, I don't know if you're like where it swells and it's just slightly in your vision. So it's almost like you have like something in your peripheral that's bothering the fuck out of you, and you can't get rid of it because it's just my eye being a little swollen.
Right.
But it's fine. It just looks terrible.
I'm sorry, Doug.
Yeah, man. It
was
my dumb shit.
Oh, that was good. Hammered up. Jokes today. What's up, family? Look.
So
everything's been good, man. So you want to talk about
okay, Darren, hold on.
Okay,
while my friend is here, it's time for us to jump in on this real quick. So my buddy Matt Clark is here and he's saying bear down. So yeah, bear down, Chicago Bears. Darren, do you have a problem, an issue, a statement, something you need to say?
And yes.
About
and yes.
Yeah, so let's match it up here. What is your thoughts on me adding another team?
So when I was younger and a little immature, not really in my fandom, I had a 1A. They were the Raiders, but they had Plunkett, it was Marcus Allen, Kenny King, you know what I'm saying? They was winning Super Bowls. If it was, except for Red Right 88. They was not my team then. But unless they was playing the Browns, it was the Raiders. But then, of course, as I grew, but understand my age, I'm about to be 56 next month. Not only did I live through that, I had the fumble, Red Right 88, the drive, but the Browns were actually competitive. I mean, 3 out of the 4 years they were in the AFC Championship game. And just like we couldn't beat freaking,
Donkey
Steph Curry and them all the time, Denver, we couldn't get through them. Even though I think that field goal didn't make it on the first one, but that's TV. But we were good. We were very, very, very good. So I just stayed the course, man. I stayed the course, and I like players, but I ain't choosing the other team. Look, I bleed brown and orange. I'm a Cleveland fan. I cry a lot. It's all good. One of the things I was saying, I was talking to somebody earlier. I said, the Browns, they're about the only Cleveland team that really hasn't given me great memories. I mean, we even had the Cleveland Forest, freaking indoor soccer team winning championships. But the Cavs of the 80s when they couldn't get past Jordan, but such memorable games. And then, of course, we finally broke through with LeBron. The Indians/Guardians, even though we've gotten and hadn't gotten a pennant, oh my God, this 27 streak or 25 game streak, the walk-offs. I mean, the magical runs to the end to make the playoffs. It's just been so many memories. But since the Browns have come back, I don't have no good memories of them. None. After the 80s, after they left, these new set of Cleveland Browns, I have no good memories of them. And that's really sad because it's like my daughter, she's like 31 now. She don't know nothing about them ever winning. My son, he likes Kansas City because they win it, But he's Browns is his second team. He got to grow up into something. He'll do that. But no, at this age, man, you the ride or die, bro. You could like Caleb Williams or you could like somebody on that team, but to like that team, bro.
Yeah, but it's conditioned on him.
That don't mean nothing. Like for instance, I ain't got nothing to do with the Patriots, and I hate the Steelers. A lot of people don't have that like we still do. I mean, somebody asked me one day, what would you do if you was the owner? I said, the first thing I would do if I was the owner, of the Cleveland Browns, I'll come out and say, well, we're going to build a team to one, make our way to the Super Bowl, and on our way to the Super Bowl, beat the Steelers' ass like they mama and stole something. Because that's what I know. You know what I'm saying? This ain't no, oh, you know, we goody buddy. Nah, that is your rival, bro. Now, that being said, Jack Scheuer from the Ohio State championship team last year, he's on that squad. Their quarterback, he's on that squad. You know, you got what's the name up there in New England who just had 2 touchdowns last night. Henderson, I believe. He's on a New England squad. I don't like either of those teams, but I root for them. I root for them and their success because of their connection to Ohio State. And they're just some people that I like. But as a team, please, man, please.
Well, you know, the problem is, in my opinion, is that the Browns are the problem because them being so fucking, especially this year, they're so fucking unwatchable. They're literally unwatchable. Listen, remember 2 years ago? You remember that team 2 years ago? That team was fucking great to watch. They were fun. Every week it was something good going on. They fucking cared.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the fuck is going on this year. And I'm just fucking tired of the week in and week out. Now, that has led the opening to Caleb Williams, which my boy here, Matt, is in the.
Well, that's like saying, okay, go ahead.
Let me finish. This guy here knows, Matt knows that I've been pretty much on the Bears bandwagon since Caleb Williams got there. Now, I haven't like said, hey, I'm going to be a Bears fan. Matt's been like, you should be a Bears fan. And I'm like, nah. He didn't actually push me that hard, but he did say once. And I'm like, nah. And then I don't know, Darren. I'm just telling you, like, I ended up, especially the start of this year, watching Caleb Williams. He's on my TV all the time because of where I live. The Browns are always on the radio. And when they did show up on my TV, actually, the one time they did show up on my TV, they beat the Packers. But that aside, other than that, it's been horrible. So Browns have let this happen, and they're fucking responsible for it. Now, I haven't quit, and I'm not going anywhere. I'm still a Browns fan. I'm just, enjoying Caleb Williams, and the Bears are close to my house, so it's easy. There's a lot of factors. I've always been poking the Packer fans since I've lived in Wisconsin, so this is a natural thing too. There's a lot of really built-in good things here, and that's why. Again, if they said we're trading Caleb Williams, I would literally not be a Bears fan like that second. So whatever.
See, that's what I tell people.
I'm take cards for this. I know that there's people who don't believe in having two teams. That's fine.
Thank you, Steve.
Steve doesn't have y'all. Listen. Y'all don't have to believe it. It's cool.
When the Cavs were here, people, there are people, wearing Cavs gear, but they weren't Cavs fans. They were LeBron fans. There's a difference. They were friends of LeBron. That doesn't make them a Cavs fan.
Right. Well, the Shador bandwagon is, hanging out with us.
We have so many people that are on our bandwagon because they're Shador fans. They don't give a hoot about. As soon as Shador leaves or whatever, they gone to.
Right. See, and I welcome them.
I ain't that. I mean, here again, like your people. I don't care. For me, it's always been root for the jersey, not the name on it. Root for the jersey. So I've been through sellers to championships, and then a whole bunch of disappointment all the way in between. But players change, and this is the one thing. About 3 weeks ago, Miles Davis, yes, they do, Jonathan. And how you doing,
Davis,
man?
Jazz
You a long
musician?
time.
Wow.
Miles Garrett say this, and Miles Garrett is a beast. He's gonna be a future Hall of Famer. I would have let him go, blah, blah, blah. But when he was in his press conference, this is how separated you are from fandom. He was like, I know people are upset and but nobody's more upset than the people in between the lines. Negro, you can get traded tomorrow. You can go into free agency. You don't know our pain. Come on, man. Be a little bit more sensitive to a person like me or even older who has, before you were born, bro, seen the good and the ugly, and you making it uglier. If you and Baker could have got along, maybe Baker would have still been here. but I ain't want to gossip. So, but the real fans are the people that fill the seats, not the corporate ones. And mostly they're the people that are always out in the parking lots or in the muni lots or basically just at home because they can't afford crap. And when they get this new stupid stadium, which I'm a purist, I would love for it to stay on the lake, but I know what the man, he wants more business. I can't fault him for that. Ain't that the kind of world we live in? Blah, blah, blah. But if average tickets is going to be $200+ like he said, who he think going to be there? This just going to be corporate. It's going to be foo-foo. The dog pound already went foo-foo when they tore down the last. Okay, I'm stopping. I'm sorry. Anyway, there you go. Cheers to the Browns.
Can I ask 2 questions?
Sure.
First question, or first thing is, I feel like there's a translation here. Like, all right, before I get into that, do you notice that like your kids are more fans of players versus here's my team? Because I feel like younger generations are more like, that's my guy. I love fucking Dak Prescott or like whatever your guy is. You know what I mean? Like, nobody's saying that about Trevor Lawrence, who's the quarterback of my shitty team. But like, do you notice that with like your kids? Are they more fans of players versus teams?
Well, they're definitely fans of players. My son loves what's his name in Minnesota? I can't think of his name now. This is what happens when you get old. The receiver in Minnesota. No. Jefferson. Yes. Justin Jefferson. He loves the LSU receiver core that came out. But his favorite team, he has a team. It is at this point still the Chiefs, but he's seen them, he plays football and he's seen them win all the time. Who doesn't want to be, who doesn't want to be with a winner? I tell him in my Madden, you're right. Don't nobody knows. I ain't never seen more. You would think the Browns would have more disparaging memes. No, Cowboys number 1, bro. But on Madden, I don't let him play with the Browns because I don't want him to disrespect them like that. You know what I mean? But I see a lot of people who do like teams, but they favor the winning teams, just like any kid would after a certain time. It's not even a homer. Like I said, when I was growing up, at least the cardiac kids, they were competitive. You know what I mean? They may have not went to the Super Bowl or playoffs all the time, but they were competitive, and we were in games, so it was easy to, it was easy to be a homer. But yeah, they definitely have their favorite players, and they try to emulate them, wearing their visors, trying to get their helmet. I'm so sick of that. Dad, I want an F7 helmet. Boy, you gonna be a big head next year. I ain't nobody spending no $500 for no helmet. Come on, you about to end your season, and you want me to buy you a $500 helmet, bro? No.
So, as I love to say it, I know my friend Matt Clark's heard me say it a bunch of times, and Doug's probably heard me say it a couple times, Darren. Like, at the end of the day, one team wins the Super Bowl out of 32. So I literally never go in expecting to win the Super Bowl as a Browns fan. Can you just fucking entertain me for 3 hours on a Sunday? No, that's it. I don't even want to win. I don't even want you to win. The 2023 Browns where Myles Garrett won the Defensive Player of the Year.
20 and 23. They were fun to watch. Yes.
That was entertaining. Yeah. And I knew by our restrictions, because we literally made the playoffs with 4 quarterbacks, right? Mm-hmm. So like that shit was entertaining. I knew we were going to get blown up in the playoffs. I literally knew it. Okay. But I didn't care because I was fucking entertained for 18 weeks. This Browns package right now, and the Browns teams that are packaged around that 1 year have been so atrocious that I can't even watch it, Darren. It's not even entertaining. Just at least be entertaining. Listen, you can suck and be entertaining. Like entertain me. Sports is sports entertainment, basically. It literally is now, given that y'all, and I don't even want to try to go down this road, but y'all cheating and fucking all this fucking gambling and these prop bets and all this fucking the FBI and literally every fucking sport now for gambling, literally. It's interesting given who is the head of that.
Whatever. That aside,
we need that aside. I'm just saying the Browns aren't even entertaining.
No,
And
because
that's
we
the
have
fucking
terrible
problem. Not
leadership.
about the winning, Darren. It's about entertaining.
I mean,
Wasting
you
your
know,
fucking time.
we want to win, but I mean, you're right. You want to be competitive because the more you're competitive, those 50-50 balls and 50-50 games, they'll start to go your way when you're competitive. But we were bad from the top down, and we were meant to be bad when we came in from the top down. You know, it was sabotaged from the beginning. But hey man, Brian Hoyer was the man. That man, he's the man. But you had a second question too, Doug. What was the second question?
Oh, the
Yeah,
second
sorry.
question was actually a relation to the NBA.
Mhm.
Because in the NBA, I feel it's even more where it's like I follow players versus teams.
That I agree with. Yes.
Like I am a Miami Heat fan. I'm Miami. I was born in Miami, so that's my. When they came into existence, I'm like, that's my team. I was a Sixers fan until that because
Right.
Dr. J was on the Sixers. Fucking love Dr. J, and
Yes.
that's why I gravitated towards that team.
Yes.
But after that, I was a Miami Heat fan, and I have a very dumb rule that I think you're allowed to switch teams once in your life. So I switched from the Sixers to the Heat. I'm stuck with the Heat. In the NFL, I was a Dolphins fan, and then because I was from Miami and I
Right.
lived in and I grew up in PA, and I fucking hated all the PA teams. So it's like I'm not going to root for any of those fuckers. I'm going to root for all this shit. And then Miami one year, Marino was a quarterback, and they lost to the Indianapolis Colts. Jim Harbaugh was their quarterback.
Mm.
The Colts won 3 games all year, and they beat Miami 41-7. And I went, this team's never winning the Super Bowl. And then the next year, Jacksonville came into existence. I'm like, that's my team. So I root for the Jaguars. I've been rooting for the Jaguars since they came into existence. And it is just as depressing as the Cleveland team. Like we're terrible. We're terrible every year.
Now Travis is gone. I mean, it wasn't like he was lighting it up, but he's gone for the whole year. We're going to see. It'd be interesting to see how they work with him next year. But you said Philly on the PA teams. I thought about Philly. And again, I thought about 99. Who should have been our quarterback? You know, from 99. It should have been Donovan McNabb. But here again, you know, they didn't want to start a franchise off with a black quarterback. So, and that has been rumored and well, it's always been rumored, but I heard him say it himself. He got it from a source or whatever. But nevertheless, you can't tell me that Donovan McNabb was worse than whoever we got. I can't even think of his name now.
Tim Couch, and he wasn't.
Tim Couch. I mean, really,
he was better than Tim Couch.
Really, you know. So, like I said,
are you trying to milk pour, Greg?
What's that?
Are you trying to milk pour?
I wish. No.
So anyway, just my point was like, so I'm a Heat fan, but man, you know who I love watching play? I love watching Oklahoma City play because how they're just super deep. I love watching I love watching Golden State because of Steph Curry.
Right.
That is one of the people that there's a handful of players that I absolutely love watching. Steph Curry is one of them. LeBron's one of them. Jordan was one of them. Much as I
despise what he's done, yeah, right.
But just these guys, like you just go, and Wemby's going to be one of them too, because that guy is a fucking freak, and it's like, how the fuck do you see the 7'6" guy who's a guard
with handles?
Nuts. Yeah, with handles. So
you just gotta respect the ability, man. And no matter, even some people that's stupid, you gotta respect their game. Now, like I said, outside of that, I ain't got nothing for you, but when you got game, man, it's just like, but you can play.
Yeah.
Your butt, but you can play. You can play. So, but I think, I mean, for football, I think it's still more team oriented, but definitely in basketball, is more individual, because at least with basketball, one person can really change the outcome of a game in a series. That's not necessarily happening in football. It's total team. It's more of a total team sport.
Yeah.
I
would just make the correlation that I thought the NBA was a little bit more like that than.
Yeah.
But I just noticed like kids are more like, my youngest is a basketball fan and he fucking loves Jokic. Just absolutely loves him. Is he a Denver Nuggets fan? No, he just likes Jokic. And if you ask him who his team is, he's like, man, I don't know. I just like team. And so it's just
interesting. You hear that, Greg? He's a Jokic fan, not a Denver Nuggets fan.
He likes the Nuggets. It's not that, but that's not his favorite team.
Let me
but
just sip my.
I love Jokic. Listen, one of my favorite athletes in the world ever is Steph Curry, and I am not. In fact, I am a free agent in NBA. I don't have a team. I just root for players. I don't have a team. I grew up in Philly. I rejected all those teams. I get criticized by my youngest kid because I quote don't follow my hometown teams. So
Does he follow the Bucks?
I get the daggers from everywhere. I get the daggers from everywhere, and it's fine. It's
Yeah,
cool.
does he follow the Bucks?
My son,
Giannis and the Bucks, yeah.
my son was born in Wisconsin, so
Yeah,
he
that's
follows. He is.
the Milwaukee Bucks.
He was on. Oh no. Yeah. He does. Yeah. He follows the Bucks, the Badgers, the Packers now, but he was an Eagle fan.
No, he's a
Giant fan. I don't know. He's jumped around, but he's.
I mean, yeah,
criticized.
you know, I give you all kind of flack, obviously, but I mean, you know, you a grown man. I'm gonna talk about you, but you a grown man.
No. It's cool. Listen, I knew I was going to take daggers for the whole Caleb Williams thing, and that's fine. It's fine. It's perfect. And actually, it was a great week to do this when you were here as a fellow Browns fan. And Darren and I go back as Browns fans. I was able to secure some tickets, and I wasn't able to get there, and I was like, Darren, you're going, and Darren went, and it was great. I think it was a preseason game, right, Darren?
It was against the Giants, actually.
Yeah. I won some tickets, so it's cool. Like we're homies, and I just thought that this would be a good week to do it because I would take the daggers from a fellow Browns fan.
Doug, did you see that he didn't? Did you see
not
that
the
he
daggers,
didn't mention
but,
why? Did you see he didn't mention why I got the tickets? He just talking about like he's a good guy. I'm just gonna give you some tickets. He didn't say why I got the tickets.
I have no idea.
Did you see that?
Please enlighten us.
I mean, because if you're a friend, and this will never die, it's just going to happen every time. When you're a friend and you're in a friend city, especially when that one friend tells you, "Hey, if you ever come through, call me up, ring me up, shoot me a text, blah blah blah." Next thing I know, I see somebody who then came to Cleveland and didn't even dial a number, shoot a text, or nothing. Doing some tours around breweries, got a picture with Joe Thomas and everything.
That was the killer. That was the killer, getting a picture with Joe Thomas.
But no. Did he go see his friend? No, he just want to go see a future Hall of Famer in the brewery. So, so to make peace, when I had to call him out on it, I got Browns tickets. So we called it even, but I will never let him forget that.
And you should.
I may tell people to put in my obituary. I only got Browns tickets because Greg wouldn't come. He came to my city and didn't come.
Obituary.
I will take
an obituary troll. An obituary trolling obituary.
Yes, it will. And look, you know what, Greg? I'm petty, so I just might do that. And just know you got to know it's unloved. So yes, we did go to the game. I took me and my pastor. He is a huge Brown fan. We had a great time. So thank you again. It was a good time. It was hot as all get up to. Sun was beaming just right on us. Just like, dude. And we was in the seats. Everybody was drunk even before we got there. That dude had lime on his eyes. He had oranges on his eyes, shirt off, and it was just
hanging out.
It was
like this.
Cool. Yeah. It was just chilling. And I understand though, it was hot. Those oranges would have fried a little bit though. I am so.
Can we get to our beers?
I'm trying to work on it, but I'm petty, very, very petty.
Yeah,
do your thing, man. Do your thing, because I'm doing my thing. Do your
thing. I'm loving this though.
Doug.
All right, second one.
Doug, hold on quick. For all the years, I've never been drugged like this for all the years on my own platform ever. Have I, Doug?
Nope.
And I don't think I've ever deserved it, actually, like I did just now. So
at least you acknowledge that it was a deserved drag, so that's good.
I shut up. I didn't drop my man like I wanted to, like that. I just, I was good. I was good, Doug.
Hey man, it's the truth. It's the truth.
I was good, dog. I was good. I took my beating, and
But like I said, if
it was
if
well
nothing else,
deserved.
that was the best makeup gift. That was the best makeup gift. That was the best makeup gift. Yeah.
It certainly didn't. Well, listen, I'm just gonna take my shit. I'm not even gonna talk about it. Doug, how about?
My second beer. All right. So this they re-released Sugar from Lagunitas, which they haven't done in a while. Apparently, this is the original recipe. A little higher ABV than I remember. It was 9.9%. But so yeah, that's how it looks. Tasty, bit sweet. Borderline almost too sweet for me, but tasty enough. No, I'm just glad they brought it back.
Well, while I was getting
Blasted.
I was drinking a Bridge Up lager in my, or no, an IPA in my Bridge Up glass here. As you can see, it was a good one because it's gone.
Mm-hmm. What was the big glass?
And then I had this one before that, Doug. And then you better catch up, Doug. Now I'm on Sway Brewing.
What's that, number 4?
Yeah, we drinking. Yeah, we drinking.
Yeah.
Greg said he was going to lay it down tonight. So,
I'm lightweight, so you know this is.
That's all good, dude. Lightweight is great because then you spend less money. Less money is good on that.
Yeah, I went on some stupid beer trip, and I got all this beer, so it's time to
get rid of
Greg's
it.
like, I got all this shit to drink, so I'm going to drink it all.
So,
also, can I just make a point that look at these gray beards in all of ours?
Is that a good thing, Doug?
Yeah. Hey, listen, ladies love that gray beard shit. I'm telling you, they love that shit.
Mm-hmm. I called it I just called it what, salt and pepper grenade. It's like, no, somebody said, no, baby. It's the Silver Fox gang for you. I said,
yeah.
All right. Okay, so hold on. The real one is this. Comment section. This is on y'all, okay? So all 3 of us are going to take our hats off. You are going to determine who is the best looking one with their hats off. Y'all ready? Y'all ready?
All right.
Let's do it. 1, 2, 3.
Nobody care that you got hair.
Now back with the hats. Well, honestly, I want to know if the non-hair goes, the bald and the beard look goes better than the bald and the hair look, which the hair is going, by the way, but whatever. Anyway, ooh.
Agreed.
There you go, baby. I'm winning all day today. All I do is win, baby.
So that sounds like a count for both y'all, not me. That sounds like a y'all too.
Ball beer gang. Now see, you know what? And I started
hey,
losing
Jeff,
my hair.
JT's in that group with us too. Bald beard guy.
Come on, where y'all at? Let's go. Where's April? We need is Matt still here? Matt Clark, are you still here? Who's still here? Daniel,
Heather Pavich was in here earlier, but I think she bolted. So
yeah, all right, y'all. Hey, y'all got time. I just noticed that we all had hats on, and that's cool.
I got a rep, you know. I got a rep.
That's true, and I'm repping our Mulinated meadery.
Y'all killing it. Look at this. This is 2 for y'all.
Bald-headed beer.
This is 2 for y'all.
Okay, but then I got my
Darren.
own. Yes, but so that makes it 3. So I got 3.
Oh, go to the day. Go. There we go. See?
Yeah, but
I told you this is how it works.
Yeah, but I think that's all 3 of us, though, right?
Yeah.
Do I get the Silver Fox?
You have gray in your beard. That fucking works.
Okay.
You are not alone.
I used to didn't like it, but I had to grow into it. I really didn't like it, but I had to grow into it. So I mean, I went bald early, so you know.
What's early? Darren, what's early?
Early was college, like my second year of college. If I didn't cut my hair real short,
22, 23?
Yeah, I was real thin. I was cul-de-sacking already at that age.
All the sacking.
I was cul-de-sacking. So I end up like maybe about like 27, just shaving it off. Yeah.
Doug,
Just about
Doug,
27.
you were a little late though, right? You were like 30s, right, Doug?
Yeah, I was in my 30s. I mean, I started having a little baldness, but it was not much. And then I got in my 30s. I'm like, fuck this. And then now that I'm old, I have the whole Friar Tuck fucking bald spot right in the back. And I think white dudes who grow their hair to cover that look fucking ridiculous.
Comb overs.
It just no thanks. Just fucking. I'm at that point. I'm like, shave it the fuck off.
Yes,
Cul-de-sacking. I have never heard that before. That is a great term.
You never heard that?
No,
Cul-de-sac?
never.
Because
Neither did I.
cul-de-sac is when your hair is like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't. What's funny is my dad has like the bald and just the hair around here, and then so my dad is my stepdad, but he has that, and both my one brother has the same hair, and then my youngest brother has like just thinning, and just but not quite there because he has like his grandfather's hair,
Right.
and yeah, so yeah, listen. We've had better beards on this show, but my beard is pretty good.
Yeah, I
What Jeff saying?
you know, if you not feel nobody with the comb over,
Stop.
I
would
think Darren, you went the right route. You're like
just shave it off. And I wish though I can get my honestly, Doug, for when I see beards like you, I get beard envy because I can't do that.
Why can't you?
Because one, it stops growing a certain length here. And then it gets to a point I can't push myself past the uncomfortable stage.
But I feel like when you're at that stage, that's actually the most uncomfortable I've ever been with a beard.
With like this?
Yeah, because I was itchy all the time.
No,
and then once it grew longer, it's fine.
And this is actually longer than I usually keep it, to be honest with you. This is a little bit longer than I usually keep it. So
but it fits you, man. It works.
Thank you.
It works.
Thank you. Yeah. You know, I came from good genes. I came from
No, that's good. That's good. No, Darren's got that silver fox going on. Like I kind of still not fully gray, so like I don't. Mine is like I don't know. I think I'm a mess at this point.
It's all good, but you know, I've been married, kids, separated. You know, people think all that kind of stuff. But let me. Can we go into that, or you want to wait? You are not the only one. Y'all two are not the only one that saw that, and I can't tell you how many messages I got. Oh, we really like y'all. You get pull it together. Good, very such and such and such. I'm like, did y'all? I was like, that's probably the best teaser I ever have. For the podcast because yeah, we're together. I mean, we just celebrated 26 this year. Now, 2 of them was separated. 2 of those years we were literally separated, 2 addresses and everything. But our family basically was like, y'all just were playing, pre-rent. Yeah. So we've been through a lot. We have been through a lot. And I am not an expert. Barbecue, yeah, I expert you down. But relationships,
so
we just talk about what we know.
Well, let's get into that because on our personal phone call, one of the things that came out because I was like, Darren, are you good? What's going on? And you're like, no, we're together. I was like, okay, because one thing I do know about you is your dedication to your wife. Like that was one of the things that really always kind of, like you and Doug really are really similar in this. Like when I first met you, like not that husbands aren't dedicated to their wives, but y'all two specifically really, really like. It's like my wife is my everything. Like she is just everything. And like y'all both, I see Doug and y'all both shaking your heads. So like when I had that thought that you didn't, something happened with you and your wife, I was like, wait, like I literally Darren know, especially given our, the whole Cleveland thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you said call me and I didn't call you. Like I just immediately when I saw that TikTok, I just immediately went to like, damn, my man needed me and I didn't call. You know what I mean? Like it was literally that. Like it was
Right.
just the worst case scenario. I was like,
Right.
oh fuck. And that's why you're like, dude, call me. So then I called you and I was kind of nervous because I'm like, if this motherfucker tells me he's divorced and he was trying to call me, I'm just gonna be like, I'm just gonna crumble because like I just know how important you know, your wife is to you and all that. So it was just great news that I got that it was cool. And I was just making it about me. So it wasn't whatever. We'll get over that.
Dude,
But
it's I get it. I get it though.
but what we talked about though, real quick,
Mhm.
was part of like, so you know, y'all been together forever. What and you told me on that phone, and I guess we could talk about it, but you told me on the phone that like, you know, you've been talking about to her about trying to do this for a while. So what made her comfortable enough to make that jump? And if you want to talk about that whole like dynamic about how y'all got to where y'all at now, which is talking about your shit on TikTok.
So when TikTok first came out, and after a while, and you know, I kicked myself in the butt because they reached out to me to do a lot of things on there via barbecue because they saw it. And you know, at that time when they first came out, they was just hitting people up on Instagram. Hey, we got this new blah blah blah. Man, if I would have kept consistent on that, things would have been different nowadays. But the same thing with in that instance happened with us. I would tell her, you know, Teresa, we should just video ourselves doing, you know, just doing us. I'm like, look at these people, look at those people. And she was like, nah. That wasn't her thing. My wife she's very much an introvert. Now, only, you know, but she's like, part of her career is in training. She'll train the heck out of y'all. She ain't had a problem with that. But, you know, and even in our church, she's on our praise team, she ministers, but just being out in front of a camera for something else outside of that, nah, that ain't happening. You know what I'm saying? So over time, you know, I would see these couples grow and a lot of followers and money coming in just for stupid stuff they've been doing. And I'm like, baby, this could have been us. And she sees it now, though. I mean, sometimes people just got to see it first. Sometimes they got to just go into their own time. And that's what happened. So I was like, we should do a podcast. And it's not that only she heard me say that. There are people around her that said, damn, man, y'all ever record what y'all be talking about? Because, you know, our banter back and forth is just ridiculous because we're an old couple per se. We ain't old, but you know what I mean? But we didn't been through some things, and the way that we talk to each other and, you know, playfully fuss and all that kind of stuff to outside people is funny. So, and you know, she's heard it before. And one day I was just like, we should just do a podcast and we could talk about this, we could talk about that, we could talk about that. She was like, okay. Really? She's like, yeah. I said, okay. I said, bet, let's get on the calendar. You know, the first thing, our first one, a young lady has a podcast studio near us. I paid for some sessions up there. That didn't turn out okay because our very first one, we have 2 out now on YouTube, but that's actually the first one is a repeat of one that we never got video on in the studio, which was unfortunate. But if you ever look at TikTok or any of my handles and you see the babies, those are from our very first actual conversation where we didn't have any video. So I just tried to do it another way, you know, to get snippets of it with the babies and other stuff. So, but yeah, I was like, well, let's get it done. And at this point, I mean, I think it's good for us. We talk about a lot of stuff. Shared, and even in these 2 shared some things that she didn't know. She shared some things I didn't know per se. And you think you know everything, but you don't, you know. And it was cool, but I think it's something she more than me had to grow into because, I mean, y'all know me. It ain't a camera or a mic I don't like unless it's unless I'm in a lineup or something. I'm the outward guy. So and she's just not that gal. But for us, and I think, you know, just to be and I think for her to do something that I'm excited about as well, you know, was one of the things that she, you know, to be a part of something that I was excited about. And we've had fun. I mean, the first one, the second one was better. I got a lot of production growing pains to go through and all that kind of stuff. But some things you just want to start and get them out there. You don't TikTok. IG baby, Carter's Barbecue 216, or Facebook, Carter's Barbecue 216. Look, they all get the same stuff sometimes. But
yeah, it happens.
Yeah, you just some things you just got to start. It can't be beautiful in the beginning. I don't have no budget. We doing these off my phone. You know what I mean? So it's cool, but to be able to sit down and have conversation with her like that, it's good for us too. It's good for us. So, and I just reminded her today. I was like, "Baby, it's November. We got to get 2 episodes. I want to at least have 2 episodes a month. And I ain't trying to do a whole week. We too busy for that. She too busy for that. But if we can get 2 episodes a month for the first season, which I think I may make it just like 10 or 12 episodes, I'm good, man. And then we'll grow from there. But I think she had to see it and had to grow comfortable in herself in other ways, because 3 years ago, this is not the same woman when it comes to being outward, comfortable in herself and what she does. Totally different woman. What we saying? So yeah.
Yeah. Doug, you have a follow up, because the beer I have is.
I have a lot of follow up, but I also have a
introduction.
beer. So why don't you do your beer and then I'll do mine, and then I have follow up for Darren.
It's going to need its own introduction. You
Okay.
do your beer and then do
All
a
right.
follow up with Darren.
All right, so I've got this. This is a limited release.
It needs its own introduction for sure.
Black
So
Ops.
Black Ops from Brooklyn Brewing, one of the OG black brewers, Garrett Oliver.
Doug.
Nice.
Yeah.
That could have been a good one for Stout Show. Wow.
I have more, so don't worry about that.
Well,
So, I also have one in my cellaring fridge. So let's just say that's from last year. So anyway, this is fucking delicious. It has Four Roses small batch edition, which means it's aged in Four Roses barrels. Fucking
and
awesome.
Respect, but that's the OG black brewer.
Yes.
Now I gotta here. You take me out a little bit, Greg, because I want to since y'all showing beers. I ain't gonna drink it. I thought if y'all still doing the beers, I would have drunk this, but I want to get something and show y'all. This is a local brewery that I like, and this, I don't do beers much, but this particular one I love. So
okay, let's
snag it.
Yeah, what's
I'll
up?
be right.
Oh, you be all right. Okay.
It's all right.
Cool.
It.
So while he does that, this is the perfect time for all that. Doug, fantastic beer, and I'm not even trying to upsert you, but this one here I have in my hand. Doug, do your tasting notes, please.
What do I need to say? This, if you've had this, it's fucking fantastic. It's always
many people probably haven't had it, so let's go through that bullshit, please.
So basically, this is it's aged in Four Roses bourbon barrels. It's a bourbon barrel aged stout. It's the fucking notes are just. It's a great roasty stout with really pronounced bourbon notes. Very tasty, very boozy. But man, this is what a great way to end for that particular for the evening, because I'm not going to have any more beer after that, because 12.4% is plenty to end on.
Amen. And y'all know I don't do this often. Put myself in the big screen. But Doug, this is one you're going to be jealous about. I'm not trying to do it on purpose, but this is, and we'll get Darren back up here after I'm done. So this is a very special beer. I am privileged actually to be able to share this with y'all, because I was just in the right place at the right time for this one. But this is one of Wisconsin's best brewers, with one of the fucking OG beer breweries ever. It's fucking amazing. Doug's going to be fucking jealous, because it's not only McFleshman's, Doug, but it is fucking McFleshman's and Fuller's Brewery, Doug. And it's an ESB.
What? God damn it. I am
It
very
is
jealous of that.
a
You know how much I love
complete-
ESPs.
Yeah, and I've never had it before because Bobby did 2 beers with Fuller's, like that motherfucking Fuller's. And Bobby, he has to come back on. I got to do something with Badger Beer or something. Like this is just insane that I even have it in my hands, and I only got it because I was on my road trip during the week that Bobby released this, and I got it, and it's just fucking great. I haven't tasted it. I don't know what it tastes like, but it's fucking McFleshman's and the fucking Fullers. So we will bring Darren back up because he's ready. And I will find. Oh, and I got my McFleshman's mug for this ESB, Doug. I'm fucking ready for this.
Ready to rip, baby. Let's go.
Doug,
So-
this beer costs. Remember what the last McFleshman's beer I had last time? What was that? Triple? It's the same. What's up, Darren?
So last summer I did pop-ups at this place, a new place called 11-3 Brewing.
I don't
So
know.
they're new.
one.
They're
11-3.
11-3 Brewing, and they opened up and they didn't have a kitchen, so they had food trucks come out. But they make their own, they bottle their own stuff. But this, here again, I'm not a beer guy, but this is a strawberry picker. I kept 2 of these for special occasions. And it has strawberry and it's a strawberry lemon shanty.
That sounds
This
great.
is really good. And for me, who don't, like I said, I don't drink this. It is really good. And I asked them to, and they only did it limited, but they do a lot of limited stuff and they package their own things. I just wanted to give them a shout out. This has been in the refrigerator waiting for a good, good day to
Good time.
pop it open. Yeah. Good day to pop it open. I would have popped it open. I was thinking bourbon today, so I would have popped it open with y'all today.
Dude,
But
you're
this
drinking
is
you're drinking good bourbon, dude.
this
It's
is
all
all
good.
this is all I can do. So like I said, lightweight.
Mhm.
You're not lightweight. You're drinking good fucking bourbon. That's not lightweight shit, dude. When I'm drinking my scotch, like that shit's not lightweight stuff. You're drinking good stuff. So
Right.
So
So-
before, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
No, you had some questions and stuff. Follow-ups. Yes, please.
So
please.
not really questions. So I have sort of what may be a bit of a controversial take. So I look at humans like, all right, I'm gonna see if I can organize this in my brain properly. People change over time, right? So like you evolve, you change, you grow into this different person. If you look how you are 10 years ago and how you are now, it's a vastly different human.
Mhm.
If you look 20 years ago, it's even more of a big difference, right? Like you're constantly changing and evolving. By the way, Greg, that looks fantastic. Also in a great mug. But so what I think that if you have a relationship, whether it be a romantic relationship, a friendship, whatever, I think if you get 10 years out of any relationship, that is a long haul as a human being.
It is.
And that doesn't mean that you can't have longer relationships. It doesn't mean that at all. What I'm saying, your friendships will fucking change. Just change. Your romantic relationship will change. Some people evolve at different rates and do evolve different ways. So like you say what, and the whole thing is, I have this childhood friend and I have this person I met at 18 and I was with them till I died. I'm like, that is unusual. That is absolutely unusual. It doesn't mean it can't happen. It just
Right.
means it's unusual.
Right.
Like I had a marriage, my first marriage was not quite 10 years. It was a mess because we were very much not right for each other. But we had 2 really great kids. And we co-parent awesomely. Like I'm very lucky that that's how that worked out. And as Greg will tell you, he's met Jill. I am sickeningly in love with my wife. Like just like it. People hear me and they're just like, that sounds fake.
It's kind of
And
cheesy.
it's cheesy, and I don't give a fuck because that's my partner, that's my friend, that is my Like
Doug got that Hallmark love.
Fucking genuine though. It's
He got that
cheesy and
Hallmark
genuine.
love.
Like
Yeah,
Greg has
that
seen it in
Hallmark.
person. Like I love the fuck out of her. Like to a point that it's like look, it sounds like it shouldn't be possible, but it is, because that woman is. I wake up and I am happy to be with her. We talk about a million different things, and it's never like we had this. We went to a diner the other day. In the middle of the diner, we were talking about how Phantom of the Opera and V for Vendetta were the same storyline, and she was arguing like that is the kind of shit we talk about, and it's dumb. It's not dumb. It's just like we just have these really great exchanges. She challenges the shit out of me mentally. We have great physical chemistry. We have just a great friendship on top of being lovers and married, and just like I just can't. If something were to,
the friendship is there. That's the most important thing is that friendship. And I mean, and I get you. And there has to be my parents, thankfully, they're still with us. Laura say the same. In November, he'll be 84. December, she'll be 82. And they have 56 years of marriage. Now they fuss all the time. They just wake up fussing. It's just, but they've been together so long, that's not abnormal for me to see something like that. But I also know that there's differences, like you said, people change. And if you don't have a common core of a belief system within yourselves and things that keep you grounded, then 5-10 years, then it's easy to fall apart. For us, we were friends, and it worked out to be where it was. And then when we separated because things weren't going right. I was not the best husband in the sense of for me, I always tell people now I was a single man in a relationship, in a marriage. And then when the thing came out about ADHD and how I was, how that made me act, and that was the thing that which she was like, basically, of course, we had the two sides of the story, but it was like, well, you got to get tested or I'm going. And that's what we were talking about in that clip. So get tested for ADHD. And I did. Of course, they was like, bro, it ain't even a question, so look, medicine full tilt and all that kind of stuff. Hallmark sues for infringement. Yes.
Dude, I'm telling you, I am telling you, people don't believe that we're that nuts for each other. I know it.
It could literally be a stupid rom-com movie. It can be.
But that's cool though. But what is better? What is better than that? You know what I mean?
Nothing.
So,
nothing. Yeah. And I will tell you, that woman, when I damn near died 4 years ago, she was right. Just, I'm here. And the problem was she couldn't be right there because it was COVID and we were in the middle of, so she couldn't be in the hospital with me. But like, she was just, I will say this till the day I fucking croak. It was 50 times harder for her that I had a heart attack than it was for me.
Right.
Because she couldn't be right next to me. She couldn't like be with me the entire time. And like my brain, okay, give me just a second and then let's roll to you.
I'm sorry.
My brain works in, okay, here's the problem. How do I fix it? Let's go this. And I'm very straightforward about how I approach it.
Right.
I didn't break down about that until I was out of the hospital with fucking 5 pieces of plastic in my heart. I got out of the hospital and I was like, I'm breathing fresh air and I shouldn't be. And that hit me then. But like that was hitting my wife every fucking second. She couldn't be with me the entire time.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Greg, please go. Sorry about that.
No, man. Like you talk
because I'm trying not to cry thinking about how hard that was for.
See, and there's the Hallmark moment.
But it's during the hard times you find out where your relationship stands. Mm-hmm. We have had, when we separated outside of the ADHD thing, I mean, it was just so much. We had grief overload from her family members passing away at the time, grandmothers, aunts, brothers, father, you know, just so much. And within a year and a half time, she lost, you know, I think it's a year and a half, she lost 3 to 4 of her family members. And then we were financially unstable. We lost our house. And then we just shut down relationship wise. We, you know, we were roommates in the house, you know, and it that point was just so overwhelming. We needed our step back. Some people can work through it. Some people can't. Some people, they let it break them, but we didn't want to. We needed to step back because I needed to do stuff for me. I needed to work on me, and there were some things that she needed to work on as well. And our whole plan was to hopefully, because it wasn't promised, you know, because the brother was getting looks, and I know a sister was getting looks too. You know, they're like, "Oh, where Darren at? You know, where Teresa at?" You know, so but all the while, always still in communication because of the, you know, the kids, and it just we had to work some things out, and then we finally came to a point to where we chose to get back together. We chose to make it work, and that's a choice that was hard. That, you know, you think that'd be easy to make. It wasn't, because now we're opening ourselves up to things happening again.
Mm-hmm.
The same things that, you know, did it before. So, I mean, you know, and we tell each other the other day, you know, we want us to work. And that's our sign for we got work to do, you know, because we got work to do. I got work to do. You know, it's you know, it's things I do that she still don't like, that I ain't changed yet. But and then there's also on the other side. But even though we've grown, and we're not the same couple we were 2 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, we still have that core and that choice of ours to stay. And having that choice is a wonderful thing, you know. So we choose to continue to go forward. We choose to continue to make it work, and do our best to make it work so it can be whatever it can be. But you know, there could come a time where one of us is like, well, I don't choose that no more, you know. But you know, hopefully not. But you know, if you do, then you see that on episode whatever of season whatever on the podcast.
There we go. There we go. So, what you don't have to wait for the podcast for is Greg to talk about real quick. This beer. So Doug, this is probably one of the best ESBs I've ever had in my entire fucking life. It is executed just fucking precisely, like you would think a fucking astrophysicist would fucking do it. This guy's an astrophysicist, and it's just fucking amazing, Doug. It is worth the $25 that this bottle costs. It is worth every motherfucking
25 bones.
25 bones. And I didn't care when I did it because I knew what the fuck I was doing there, which is this brewery is one of the best breweries in Wisconsin. Our comment section has heard me scream and holler about this brewery. Also, they also saw him come on 3 weeks ago, Doug, was it now?
I think so.
Yeah. No. There's no joke here. This is
April.
Fuller's though.
April, ain't that a lot of money? April, come on now. I mean, but you know, here I'm not a connoisseur, so.
But April though, like this isn't like it's not that far of a stretch, given that this is part Fuller's. So Fuller's is one of the best.
You have to factor that in.
Well, yeah, it's one of the best. You know, they make one of the best classes.
Fuller's makes one of the ESPs in the fucking planet.
So. In the world, right. So then they match up with one of the best brewers in Wisconsin. So if it's really not good, that would be a problem. Actually, this shit is worth the $25.
That costs more than my brisket sandwich and sides.
Yeah. This would be fire.
By the way, now I'm fucking hungry. God damn it, Darren.
Anything that you eat, this is great. I just can't sit. Look, that's all I have left, y'all. So that's just really the great perfect segue into you know, what we're all here for. and we wait, like, respectfully, we love Darren. Actually, again, you were coming in hard with the relationship shit, respectfully. And Darren, on the back end, I'm gonna tell you some of my favorite TikTokers for the relationships, and you're gonna for lives, because as like Doug knows, I did this pivot when the orange Goomba got Goomba'd again. I pivot off of all of the political stuff, and I really felt bad about it because I love all those people that I used to watch on TikTok lives. You know what I mean? I
Mhm.
just couldn't do it anymore. So I unfollowed all of them, and it was
It's
painful because I
exhausting.
love all these people and they're
Yeah.
fighting all the good fight, and I wanted support, but I just can't do it anymore.
It's
So
just
then,
exhausting.
Aaron, where I pivoted was these relationships, and like I don't know if you were here for the top where I was talking about how I just started going into a lot of women's lives and
Mhm.
TikTok, and especially Black women's lives, talking about how Black men treat them, and about how it's not good, and about how they have to deal with the patriarchy and all that shit. And I ended up getting into these, relationship things. That's actually how I started to see, I think, your stuff, because I wasn't seeing your barbecue stuff on my algorithm. I was literally not seeing it. But
Me
then
either, and I
after I
follow
started,
you.
but after I started to see, like, I go in these lives with the women, I started to see your shit, and then that's when I immediately saw. I was like, oh wait, Darren's talking about fucking, you know what I mean? I always knew that Darren's talking about barbecue, but I was like, Darren's talking about relationships, okay. And then all of a sudden I saw that, and then I was like, damn, is Darren? And I just spiraled. Anywho, Darren, we'll talk on the side about my favorite because these women are on fire on TikTok.
Gotcha.
And I've learned, I asked Doug, I've learned so much, and Doug and I have been talking in the private about like just like how much the patriarchy is just fucking like literally has their necks on women's fucking, has their foot
Wow.
on women's necks.
Right.
Literally to this day. Kamala Harris is just another fucking example of that. She's literally the example of that. I got it. Racism and all that came into that helps with the patriarchy. The racism is huge with the patriarchy because again, they're a white, it's a white man system that they want to fucking bark on anybody. So, of course, we'll install the piece of shit human instead of a fucking really good woman. But whatever. That aside, I'm going somewhere with this, Doug. I'm not going. Oh, I didn't.
Are you sure? Because I'm trying to follow.
Yeah. Well, wait, bitch. So
You've had fucking 4
6
beers
beers,
that are fucking great beers. I'm just trying
right?
to follow.
So you're jealous? So you're coming after me? This
No,
is
I'm not
wild.
jealous. I'm just saying I understand that it might be
Doug,
a little bit of a journey.
Doug. I might have to blacken that other eye. I don't know what's going on with you.
But make it match. So I have 2 smoky 80s eyes. That'd be great.
This rambling segue will eventually get to us talking barbecue with Darren. Now, when it gets there, y'all gonna have to wait. Damn it.
Doug, this is our friend, Doug.
Said,
This is like what you're.
Darren. My
Thank you,
ESP
Jonathan.
will be
Thank you.
my ESP will be a great pairing with you. But anyway, Darren. So here's the segue, Doug. You waited for it. Everybody waited for it. So, Darren, one of the things that I was trying to tackle last week with our guests, and I'm going to tackle with you pretty hard, is that I feel that there is Thanksgiving fatigue. And I think that part of it is, the ongoing, what's going on with the world's ending and all that. I got all that. Cool. But I really think that, like, and maybe you agree or not, I really think that a lot of it has to do with fatigue with the normality of Thanksgiving, meaning like it's always the same process and it seems like it's always the same food. So as a person who makes barbecue and all that, do you feel like there's a push for people to get out of the turkey stuffing thing and to really kind of go where you're talking, like where you're at, which is like wings or fucking ribs, or even I've seen lasagna. I've seen like, you know what I mean? Like, I've seen people trying to, like, even respectfully, even the white people are even trying to go like other white angles, which is again, lasagna or like, you know what I mean?
Right,
So
right.
do you feel that as a person who, fucks with soul food, and soul food's kind of not, there's soul food interweaved in Thanksgiving, but generally it's white people food. Let's keep it straight.
I still when I do my Thanksgiving orders, I still get more turkeys than anything. But I smoke mine, or depending on if I get enough, I fry them. Those are two differences. Then not too many people like to roast much anymore, especially after they've tasted a fried or a smoked chicken. Turkey, excuse me. But one of the things that is getting a little bit more play is brisket. People are doing Cornish hens a lot more, even though they do that on Christmas. People are even doing ribs as well. So yeah, it is changing a little bit. Prime rib, even though that's like a New Year's Christmas thing too. Some people do it on Thanksgiving. But for me, I still see turkey, but just done differently. And then I would say brisket is my next biggest after that. When it comes to, because people do want to do, we don't want to do turkey this year. What should we do? Oh, dude, I'll do your brisket. I'll do your prime, whatever. So yeah, I do see that. I do see that changing, because that is really the only holiday for everybody where the menu is almost the same. Christmas menu is different for Black folks to white folks to any
Jewish
other.
folks to
Yeah,
it's all
different.
over the place. Yeah.
And then for New Year's, same thing. I mean, we got to have the black eyed peas and ham hocks and everything and so forth.
Black eyed peas and rice was mine.
Those two holidays, they got more variety than Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving, turkey, main meat, ham. Yeah, that came later, but I don't even get as much ham orders than anything else. So it is changing. Yes. Is there a fatigue? I do believe so. I do believe so, but it's not one where you can really tip a scale to, though. I don't think it's that deep yet. Yes, smoked turkey is, but I'm telling you, fried is the way to go. It is
Also, Darren, I've been seeing Cajun turkey. You seen that too, or no? Or is that just seasoning?
And then you got people like Popeyes who selling Cajun fried. You just seasoning it different. Ain't no big deal. I mean, come on, just buy you a little Cajun, sauce, whatever, put it on there. It ain't nothing. It's like jerk. It's a seasoning. It's a type of way of cooking. It's not. I could put a jerk seasoning on some lamb chops and a turkey and make it jerk turkey. You know what I mean? Whatever. But it's just the process and how you do it. And I think with the emergence of barbecue is how it's becoming, a lot of people, and especially how it's becoming easy for the backyarder now than what it used to be, because of, the bird seed feeders that we have out there in the outdoor ovens. So it makes it easier for them to do those things with a different flavor profile than just having them in the oven basting on, for however many hours to do it.
And I know Doug was talking about doing a brisket and taking it to his Thanksgiving dinner. So Doug, do you have any questions for Darren?
Do it, Doug. Do it, Doug. Do it.
No. So here's the thing. I'm probably not, but my curiosity is, when I make brisket, I'm going to do a 5-pound brisket because because I can find a 5-pound brisket, but usually so you have the brisket, and I'm going to butcher the terminology because I'm not, but you have like the flatter part and it raises up. I had to get the flatter part that's 5 pounds.
Jerk chicken. Okay. Yeah, you know what my bird feeder is, right? Jerk chicken and jerk chicken are completely different.
Yeah.
So if you're going,
so if you're doing a 5, so my question is, if you're doing a 5-pound brisket and it's just a flat.
Yeah. Okay.
How are you doing that?
Too much money. You're paying too much money for a flat, man. I'm telling you. You paying
too
much money per pound. Just get you a 10-pound. Get you a 10-pound. A full packer. Now you get the fatty side as well as the lean side. When any butcher cuts it out, especially like if you go to Costco or something, or Sam's, they're charging you Whiteman's, but yeah, they charge you almost double the price.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. If I'm getting a full pound packer, a full packer brisket, which is the flat and the point. So the point is the fatty part. The flat is the more lean part. I can get that maybe $4.99 a pound, right? Okay. But if I'm getting just a flat,
Oh, I'm getting like $9.99 a pound. I'm not kidding.
Absolutely. So that's you really wasting your money, because the thing, once that 5 pounder is going to end up being like 2 to 3 pounds, because you're going to lose 60% of that during your cook, at least 50 to 60% during your cook.
Okay.
And that is not, the flat doesn't have a lot of fat. So
Well, it doesn't. It's pretty lean.
Yeah. So it's better, even if you just get a small full packer. If you can find a 10 or 12 pounder, you end up getting 6 or 8 pounds anyway. And you only have a little bit more, and then just, put some juice in it and put it in the thing and freeze it if you want to. But yeah, don't waste your money. Don't waste your money on that, because that is really throwing money down the drain. Now,
Right.
but saying that, continue your question.
So my question would be, if you're doing, all right, so let's say I'm doing a full, and it's not just I'm doing a 10 or 12 pound, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I know it's low and slow. What is your method? What do you like? You can put whatever seasoning you want on it. I get that.
Mm-hmm.
So you put what floats your boat on that. I have a seasoning that I use on ribs that also works really well on brisket.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is when I do the flats, it always comes out a bit dry.
Mm-hmm.
And even if I'm not cooking it for that long, it's just because there's no fat to have all the fat kind of infuse itself in there. It fucks it up. So if you're going to do a 10 or 12 pound brisket, how are you cooking that? Are you doing what's your temperature and how long? Let's just say it's a 10 pound, just a 10 pound brisket.
No matter what the size, temperature can be the same for both. Now let me give y'all a little game. Everything ain't low and slow a lot of times, because people ain't got time when they're doing things. There are different restaurants that can really hold their meat. What are you cooking on? Let me ask you that.
So I have an electric smoker. I know that's sacrilege, but
it's okay. But you can keep the temperature. You can keep the temperature steady.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like I am not a person who's going to be out there fucking around with all the temp.
Okay.
I'm too impatient. So I'm going to set it, and I'm going to set it, and I'll set it at 225.
Right.
Okay. 225.
All right. So with anything, there's two ways you can do it. There is the super, super low and slow. And with electric smoker like that, then yeah, you can do that 10 to, well, it won't take 8 hours really.
No, whoa.
for that. But if you got a 10 pounder and you trim it up and whatever, then yes, and you do that 225, it's gonna take you a moment. But you can also bump it up to like 275, which is more considered between 275 290 as a hot and fast, which I do a lot of times because I don't have time. If I was to do 225, that means I would have to start cooking like at 8 o'clock the day before an event, then do the event, and then got a few hours to do it. So I need to have time. I need to have time. That's what works best for me. But if you do it properly, you still get a great product. So and only people that got pellets be like, oh, you gotta do a low and slow. But then I digress. I'm sorry, I digress. But anyway, so if you get a 10 pounder and you do it like a 225, only thing I need you to do is to, as you have it, just make sure you have some. I was making a mini wontons on the freezer right now, so I don't. Make sure you have
Daniel. Every time we're going like this long, it's like I need to order food.
You get some food.
Always.
I got some General's chicken upstairs. I didn't eat. I've been eating my crab rangoons before I got on, but just make sure that you keep some moisture in there, a water pan or whatever. Just make sure you keep some moisture in there. And then this is where you have to take time. If it's a 10 pounder and you're doing it at say you did it at 250, let's go in the middle. About 3 hours in, probe it and see what the temperature is and see how hard it is to go in, if it's hard or not. But if you're around the 180, 160, then wrap it up. You want to get it tender, you're not too concerned about bark, wrap it up in foil. Keep the temperature the same, wrap it up in foil, in about another hour or so, or 2 hours, but every hour at least, check your temperature. And once you get about 202 in the point, you're good. And then once you take it off, let it cool. Let it come down to room temperature, about 150, 145, 150. And from that point, keep it in the foil. Don't do nothing. Once you let it get down to room temperature, then that's is when you can either cut it. You know what I'm saying? You can either cut into it or just put it someplace where it'll hold. That's where you put it. Maybe you just put it in the oven on one set. You know how ovens have the warmer setting for 175.
Yeah.
Keep it in there until you want to cook it. I mean, do it, or just put it in a cooler until you're ready to do it. Now, if you do this the day before, once it cools, you can't freeze it. I mean, you can't put it in the refrigerator. That's fine. And then all you need to do is warm it up to 145. As long as it's a little bit over 145, 150, then you're good to go. You're good to eat it.
Yeah. All right. So I'm just gonna be kind of, so my thought was like, here's the thing. So my parents don't really have something, like my parents are 3 hours away.
Mm-hmm.
So like for me, I'm thinking I have a recipe for pretty banging fucking. All right, I'm a white guy. It's gonna sound really funny. I make a pretty banging mac and cheese, but it takes me 3 hours to make the mac and cheese. I make a bechamel. I do all kinds of fucking shit, and then I just make it. But I can just bring that to my parents and throw it in the oven for fucking 20 minutes.
So you don't cook it before you take it over there.
No, I cook it, and then I'm just gonna bring it down and heat it up.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So the thing is, here's the thing. I grew up in rural Pennsylvania, which is like Pennsylvania Dutch cooking, which is like, here's your spices, pepper and salt. So like anything with flavor is really fucking off. And
right.
So I'm gonna make this. I would love to make brisket sometime. I don't think I'm gonna do it this time. My electric smoker is like 8 years old and it is not in the best of shape.
Well, the one thing you don't want to do on Thanksgiving is bring something that you just trying for the first time. Yeah.
No. Now listen, I made brisket a bunch of times in that, and I have not quite gotten it right any time. I make ribs, and the ribs in that come out fucking superb every fucking time. Yeah. But the problem is, my wife cannot digest pork after menopause. Menopause fucked up her whole thing of eating pork. That is not happening.
Right.
So what's funny is I'm going to bring mac and cheese, and I make a really super cheesy, gooey, tasty mac and cheese. And so like I'll have 3 of my 4 kids there. One of my kids lives in Colorado, can't make it.
Mm-hmm.
And 2 of my kids will eat it, and 1 will absolutely not, because all they like is Kraft macaroni and cheese.
But you know what is funny though, because we cook so much now, and I had to give a shout out to my sister-in-law. She's she cooks a lot of things now, like at least maybe once a week, once every other week. She cooks us something. She cooks and gives us something, because we just never feel like cooking. That's why I got Chinese upstairs. I just don't feel like cooking. And the things I used to eat so much of, people were like, they come to the trailer. Oh my God, it smells so good. I'm not sure it tastes good, but like, yeah, I guess. So I was like, I will taste my food, a little bite here and there, just to make sure everything is what it is. Now, with ribs, I really ain't got to taste. Ribs, I know if I did them by the way that I know how to do them, they're going to taste good. I ain't got no problem with that. Right. Even, pulled pork is easy. Same thing. It's the brisket that I'm still more, I'm still tweaking,
Sure.
But mac and cheese, green beans, greens, yeah, all that kind of stuff, I don't eat it hardly much anymore because we cook it all the time. We cook it all the time. I mean, now I may go to a barbecue restaurant to eat somebody else's to see their flavor profile and blah, blah, blah. But for me, I can't tell you where I've had a full plate of our cooking that we sell per se, that I've had ribs, or brisket, a full brisket sandwich or something like that. In a very long time. I mean, I cook it every day. It's like, I don't want to eat it. People think that's crazy, but.
No, dude, I worked at I'm just going to sound dumb. I worked at a Hardee's for 2 years, and I couldn't eat any food from there after working there for 2 years. I was like, that food it wasn't that it was terrible. It was just like, I ate it so much. I can't.
Right.
I just can't fucking do it. Like,
and see, that's why I don't do oxtails all the time, because I love me a good oxtail. And I don't ever want to get tired of that right now. I don't really want to. So we only do those very, very far few in between it. We do pre-orders on those oxtail dinners.
Dude,
My
what do
oxtail's good.
you pair the oxtails with? What is your
Rice.
go-to?
I do
Rice
rice.
and beans?
Rice.
I do
Rice.
all oxtails come with oxtails and rice, white rice,
Yep.
and then I
Rice.
braise them so the juice gets into the
Mm.
rice and flavors that.
Lord.
What kind of rice do you use?
Just white rice.
Well, there's
You know-
there's like basmati, there's jasmine, there's like standard
white.
medium grain.
I look our local store that got the
Right.
generic rice, just white rice.
Sorry. I make a bunch of different kind of rice all the time.
No,
So
it's just the just the regular rice. No fancy or anything different. Just your long grain or whatever. I think I don't even know if white rice is long grain or brown rice is long grain.
it depends. No, white rice has short grain, medium grain, long grain. There's a lot of different things. And
Okay.
that's my nerdiness. So
Honestly, I pick up the you made oxtails for my anniversary. Yes, they were fire. Good, because oxtails are until they got gentrified. Now they cost $1,000 a pound. But anyway,
Amen.
yeah, I just get
Right.
you just get
White people ruin
regular
everything,
rice.
Doug. You already know. Go on.
no, they do
Go on
not.
there.
White people ruin that shit.
Right.
But yes.
Everything. Literally everything. Go on, Darren.
But we pair it with I mean everybody gets that, the oxtails and rice, but then you can also get either cabbage, greens, or mac and cheese. So one of those three, you get two sides with it.
All right. So my question would be with your cabbage. Fucking,
Mhm.
I love cabbage. I'm a white person. I fucking love cabbage. Well, how do you make your cabbage? Just you don't have to give me the exact recipe because I don't want to fucking do that shit. But how do you
Not
prep
going
it?
to.
Peppers, we put peppers in there, peppers, onions, I believe, and then boil it down, season it up, whatever her concoction is, because I don't even know how she make hers. I make mine different than hers, but none of my sides, I don't sell none of my sides.
You got her sides.
She does all the sides. I tell people all now. This is, and y'all got to stick to me with this. Every quarter, ask me how I'm doing, because I am behind me. You can't see, but behind me, I got Bledsoe's book, Rodney Scott's Matt Horn. Who else is this? Ed Mitchell. I don't know if y'all know who Ed Mitchell, but if you ever want to do by whole hog, this man got more in his pinky finger tip than everybody alive. Who else I got? I got Mike Mills and Amy Mills. So I got a whole bunch of these cookbooks that I'm going to start in 26 learning how to do their sides, because in the end of 26, and if they still doing barbecue shows, I'm going to try to get on a barbecue show in 27, 28. So, but I can't do it now because I mean, I can cook sides for the house, but I would not put my sides out for sale. or do I have enough plethora of of an assortment to do? So y'all heard it here first. So when y'all see me on Barbecue Brawl, y'all knew y'all heard it here first.
Well, I do like to jump in here and say, this jackass, meaning me, might have had some oxtails if I would have contacted Darren when I was in Cleveland. But we can move aside on that one. And we could go forward with my question, which is, my family does not eat a lot of turkey. So we never, ever would do a full one, and we never, ever going to. What my cope with that, for lack of a better word, Darren, has been slow cooker turkey breasts. And then we would like cut it, we would like, slow cooker it. When it's done, we shred it up, put gravy on top, and then put that on top of like mashed potatoes and all that. Perfect. Done. It's not even a question or problem. This year I want to get adventurous, Darren. And the family has asked for, because we talked about this on the side, spatchcock chicken. Actually, we had that for dinner tonight. Spatchcock, smoked spatchcock chicken. Yeah. Wonderful. But the turkey element is, I'm thinking about doing, because I saw them for the first time there, and I was like, wait, we do this? Which is turkey wings, which I thought was amazing. So I bought two packs of turkey wings that I'm going to smoke alongside of the spatchcock. Do you have any idea about turkey wings? And do you think that's a good idea? Because again, there's just like 6 or 7 of them, and my family doesn't eat that much turkey, but I want to be able to give that to them on Thanksgiving. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like it's as a tradition. But I'm actually kind of caught because I'm like, maybe we just say fuck you to turkey and just go a whole different way, like everybody else is talking. So I'm kind of going back and forth. But I do have the turkey wings in the freezer. Darren, what are your comments on
I mean, the turkey, well, they're not hard. They're just like the legs. They're not hard to mess up. Just like the chicken, you can do them on a lower temperature or whatever. But when you get to that part where they're over 160, just crank up the heat so that skin will be a little crispy. That's all. Season to where you want to. It's no different. It's just a bigger piece. That's all.
Where the fuck is Zach tonight when he was he's literally criticized me for years now for going 400 on my wings, and now he makes it like 600 and exaggerating, and it's this whole thing in our one thread that I've been dragged
Zach was just giving him so much.
The thing about chicken in general, if it's wings or quarters, I mean, even if it's a whole chicken, going 300, 350 is fine. Right. Because again, you want the crispy skin. That's the one thing about slow smoking. People be like, "Oh, slow smoke this turkey," but yeah, dude, your skin is tacky. I mean, it's just like gummy, but that's part because it doesn't get enough heat. It melts the fat, but it doesn't get enough heat to crystallize the skin. So if you're doing a turkey or a chicken, a spatchcock, or whatever, and you do it low, you say 250. Well, once the breast gets about 110, 120, throw the heat up. Throw the heat up, and then once you get to 155, 160, take it off because you got a little carryover. You got a little carryover, and that would keep your breast moist. You
gotta keep my breast moist.
Got to keep your breasts. Got to keep those chicken titties. You got to keep those chicken titties. Pretty good.
Craig and I both were like, yeah.
Doug, we've been together for way too long.
Dude,
we've been together for
we are fucking dorks.
And we've been together.
Let me say something about chicken because let me say something about chicken. Poultry doesn't have the collagen that brisket and pork have, and therefore it doesn't need to be done low and stuff. That is true. That is true. You can, but it doesn't have to be, and you are very correct about that. But here's one thing about chicken, and especially in our community. Look, there were reasons why we had to have everything well done back in the day.
Yeah,
there wasn't processes of cleaning or all this kind of stuff. There were reasons why we had to do things, well done. And then we didn't have the functions of how meat now is drained of their livelihood, of their blood, right? So when you think about chicken, I don't care what you see. First of all, when you think about smoked chicken, it's gonna be pink, y'all. It's just gonna be pink. That's chemical reaction. It's just gonna happen. And the other thing about it is, yeah, you can see some red in there, but if your meat to the bone and back is above 160, your chicken is done. I grew up, people talking about, I don't want no wet chicken. I don't want no wet chicken. Well, you just overcook your chicken.
Oh, you want dry something?
Yeah. Do you want a juicy chicken or not? And in our community, if you see red near the bone, it's not that people say it's not done. But that's not the case. Especially if you're doing something. If you ever notice when you fry chicken, we're all pink on the inside. Yes, we are, Daniel Fisher. Yes, we are. If you ever notice when you fry chicken, you fry it at the higher heat, obviously. And you see I can never think of it again. I always want to say hemoglobin, but that's not it. It's micro or whatever it is. You see that what people think is blood, but it's not. come up through the chicken. I mean, have we all seen that when you fry chicken? Y'all ain't seen that?
Wait, where did Doug go?
Doug left. He
Anyway.
was like, y'all talking about blood and chicken.
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
So
Wait, I'm doing this right? JHG, am I pointing in the right direction?
who's that? That you pointing at me now.
Okay, good.
Will Doug go back? He went back.
I was told that I'm pointing. Anyway, go on.
So
Don't listen to me ever.
the fluid that's still in the bone gets a chance to come out of the bone through the skin. I mean, through the meat and out of the skin because of the high heat. You don't get that when you do something on lower heat. So it stays closer nearer the bone, but that does not mean that it's raw or it is not done. Yes, that is what I'm talking about, Steve. That is definitely what I'm talking about. So if you temp your meat and it says, people be like 165, but your breast, you want to keep at 160, 165, because that doesn't have a lot of fat in it, but your thighs, your wings, just for cuckoo's sake, I take mine up to still like 180. So people ain't got nothing to say. But even with that, you have that, because it's of where it comes from, you still have that ability to have some redness at the bone, but it's done.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, I see now. I see what Doug.
And also one of the one of my favorite tips that you've given me was the rib one, which is you gave me that temperature range that I should try to hit. I don't know if you want to talk about that, because that's just this really simple one and I love it.
Okay,
because
ribs.
People have that misconception of the whole it needs to fall off the bone. Like, go through all that, Darren.
And I love them. Destination, well, they ain't paying me, so I ain't gonna say their name, but Tenderism. We all probably have seen their videos, Tenderism. And yes, and especially in our community, people want stuff falling off the bone. But that is not to say it don't taste good, because it does. It does. But technically speaking, it is overcooked. It's overcooked. So when you have a rib bone, and this is not just for competition, this just is what it is. Again, ribs are done at 165, 170. They may be a little chewy, but they're done at 160, 165, 170. Once you get to 180 to about 185 to 195, you should be able to have you should be able to cut the bone, cut the rib. It doesn't fall off, and you should bite it, and you should have your bite mark in the rib. So bite it, pull off. You see your bite mark, but the meat didn't come off. That is an appropriate rib. Now, here again, nothing wrong with if it's over. It's just overdone, just like anything. If you see a brisket that you can't pick up, that somebody cut, but you can't pick it up because it keeps falling apart, it's overcooked. That don't mean it's not going to taste good, but you're just not going to get 100% of the flavor that you can, because it's overcooked, and some of that flavor is gone. No different than a rib. When you got it falling off the bone like that, it's just overcooked. Or they just kept it in a holding pattern and let it steam itself for a very long time, and that's fine too. But it's still a little overdone. So that's what Greg was talking about. If you're cooking ribs to eat it right away, cook to about 200, and you're good to go. If you're cooking ribs and you're going to have to hold them for a minute, cook them to about 185, between 185 and 195, and then you're good to go. Tasty, but not competition worthy, I guess. Absolutely. And it's not even about competition. Something is just about just them being done properly. Yeah, but I ain't gonna never tell you, because before you know until you know better. Well, I don't want to say you know better. You just know until you know different. Everybody fall off the bone. Mm. And sometimes, because of how I work, we cook enough ribs to go through. Like if I'm at a place for 4 to 6 hours, the way I cook them, I cook everything before I go because I can't cook it, wherever
Yeah.
my pop-up is. So they're sitting wrapped up for a while. So by the time that last one comes, they're going to be a little bit more tender than my first ones. You see what I'm saying? Because they've been sitting in the warmer and they've been sitting in the wrapping for some time. They don't fall off, but they're still a little bit more tender than normal. Too many white people think fall the bone ribs. That ain't no, bro. It ain't just white people. Let me tell you.
But JG's
that's
trying to
growing
know
up.
white people though. We were talking about our people, and JG saying, "Hey, my people are
Right.
doing this shit too."
So it's just like what's it's like one of those things where you grow up because everybody said it. It got to be true. It's about a thing about even like washing your chicken. Yeah, I mean, it's a good practice to wash off a lot of stuff. But here again, nowadays, but I mean, sorry, you had to stop yourself. How many? There are different practices now, to where it may not be totally necessary, and even still, I don't care what's living on that chicken. Once it gets past 160, once it gets past 150 for more than an hour and a half, whatever there is done is dead. No, nothing. So once you get to 165, whatever you think or could be there is gone. It's dead. That's why they put the 165. Everything is dead. Hey, where your white meat at? It's dry.
Dry.
I'm gonna stop there. Doug, you had a question before I get
Yes.
myself into more fucking trouble.
So I will say that I don't ever wash my chicken. What I do is I pull that out and I pat dry all of it before I add anything. And it's like you said, you're going to cook it to a point where whatever's living on that is going to be dead. You're not good. But listen, maybe I'm wrong. I just think that if I'm going to pat it dry and I'm going to season the fuck out of it, that is where you're going to get your flavor from. If you're looking for a particular flavor profile, could be fucking Indian, it could be Greek, it could be like I cook chicken in a variety of ways and make a different. Now, I don't smoke it most of the time. What I do smoke is turkey breast, because turkey breast I can smoke and I can cut it into lunch meat.
Right.
Which I love lunch meat sandwiches. The problem is, as someone who has heart disease, I can't have I cannot have a giant amount of sodium. So if I buy lunch meat, that I can't eat it, like unless I'm eating one slice.
Right.
So if I can smoke turkey breast or smoke chicken breast and make it into slices, I can make lunch meat sandwiches.
Right.
Which listen, I'm privileged that I work from home 3 days out of the week. So when I'm home, I can be like, hey, I'm going to throw this on and I'm going to do this. And I'm fortunate enough that I can do that. And I understand that I have an innate privilege in that. But the thing is like, I have to look at everything I eat like a budget. Everything I eat. Every fucking thing I eat. Like I had 2 hot dogs at lunch, which meant for breakfast, I had peanut butter and banana toast. And then for dinner, I had a salad with a bland chicken breast. Because I had 1,500 milligrams of sodium for my lunch. But the thing is, if I can smoke turkey breast or chicken breast, whatever, I can make fuck tons of stuff out of that.
Now you're right. Like for me, when you said you pat dry,
poor Daniel.
When you get a lot of that packaged stuff, a lot of it is really decently clean per se. You know what I mean? Decently clean. But like for us, we get a lot of stuff in bulk, so it's just sitting in that juice, for a long time. And we gotta get that. We gotta wash that stuff off. But when you at home, do what you think. 2 hot dogs will make a damn Thursday night. That's dope, y'all. Y'all Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat.
Man, they're bringing it tonight. Hey, Darren, what is the fucking thing that you've loved to eat that you know from a health perspective you cannot? Or you can only eat a very small thing of it?
Oh man, that would probably, well, I mean, outside of sweets, chocolate, you know, I love chocolate anything. And that would shoot my diabetes up like,
Yeah.
boing, you know, like a Viagra pill or something.
Yeah.
But it's mostly he's gonna smell turkey. Ooh, oxtail for Thanksgiving. First time spoke.
Dude, man.
Daniel.
Steve, you better,
who's that? No, that's Steve doing it. Go ahead, Steve. Tell me how you do
I
your
would
oxtails.
love to hear
Tell me
that
your
turns
oxtails.
out because that sounds awesome.
I'm interested. Tell me how you do your oxtails. But I mean, stuff like that. Honestly, fattier foods.
Yeah. I can't eat a lot of I cannot eat a lot of red meat.
Yeah, that is just like way too much. Now I can eat steaks though. I can still eat steaks pretty good.
Mhm.
So if I had 3 steaks a week, it won't be too bad. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of starchy stuff too is starting to make me not do well. And I love potatoes, but I can't eat a lot of them much anymore. I mean I do, but I shouldn't. How about that? Snickers sponsor. Oh, the internet never loses.
God.
Oh. Hey, they say it's satisfied. So you know, there you go. I'm done. Come on, let me tell me how you do your oxtails, man. Because people do them different. You know, they do oxtails. I like to braise mine.
Please tell us how you do your oxtails.
I smoke and braise mine. So
while we're waiting for Steve, Darren, what's on the menu for Christmas?
You know what? I don't know, but I think I want to do a prime rib this year. I haven't done one in a few years. I think I want to do another prime rib, and you know,
okay,
and a Christmas ham, Gotta have my wife has to have a Christmas ham. So yeah, so I want to do prime rib and a Christmas ham. I'm you know, Christmas is a little. That's probably the most traditional that we do. I mean, Thanksgiving, we still have a lot of stuff. We have fried chicken too, and some other things. I think the only thing is turkey. Sometimes we don't even have dressing. Do we have dressing last year? I can't remember.
So Christmas is the one I go most off the fucking rails, actually.
New Year's for us. Well, no, I can't even say that. New Year's is pork and then black eyed peas. So we still do that. We still have that.
And so what's funny is like my mom is from the South, and my dad is not. My dad. So basically, like my mom is like, I'm going to do black eyed peas and rice, but I'm also going to do ham and sauerkraut because that's a Pennsylvania Dutch. Good luck.
Oh, for fuck's
really?
Sake. Christmas or things?
No, for New Year's. For New Year's.
Okay, New
Year's. Yeah, I mean, my wife loves black eyed peas, and I don't like black eyed peas as much, and lima beans and all that kind of stuff. I don't like them as much. My wife loves them.
I never.
But I'd get a pork tenderloin and smoke that, or something like that, or we do some chops and you know.
My grandmother and I argued about navy beans and pork and all those until she was not here anymore.
I love black eyed peas.
They put those on some rice. You know, you put them on rice. You got it. It's good to go.
Listen, I can eat black eyed peas out of a can, and I like them.
Oh no, I can't do that now. I can't do that.
That is some poor people shit that I
do. I need my beans come out of that bag. I need them soaked overnight. You know, I need the whole 9.
No, I'm talking like canned black eyed peas. Like I can eat that out of a can.
Oh no, I can't do that either.
Though there were so many. My grandmother and Darren, my grandmother and I, obviously, you know, she was black, but her and I fought about food mostly, anything. We also fought about whether OJ was guilty or not, but we won't talk about that. But I didn't even try. But Darren,
hint, he was. But
so Darren, so we argued about the wingtips. You ever have those arguments with your grandparents or with somebody? So she always told me, she's like, "You eat those wingtips." I'm like, Grandma, I'm not eating those wingtips. So you know what I mean by the wingtip? Third fucking piece that everybody throws away.
Look. If it's on there, I'm gonna get whatever little bit I can off of there, bro.
You're like her. Fuck.
Yes.
No, I'm not doing. No. But chitlins, you do that too, Darren?
I will clean them, and I started. My grandmother had me help her clean them when I was young. So since I've cleaned them, I never ate them. I don't like them. I won't eat them.
Wait,
I won't eat them.
You've never eaten chitlins?
Never. I've cleaned them. I've cleaned them, and after cleaning them, that was enough for me.
I probably got forced when I was a kid, though.
Yeah, Steve, we not discriminating against that. That wingtip. If it's a good wingtip, it got just like this much meat in it, but it got some nice crispy skin. So look,
hey man, and listen,
don't do that chicken's death in vain, boy. Shoot, to get that,
hey,
get that wing.
I would like to say that I think that like that is a lot of work for not much meat. I feel the same way. I feel the same way.
Crab leg is a lot of work for that meat.
Yeah, and I don't like crab legs for there's too much work, and you don't get fucking enough meat out of it.
Hey, put up Steve's what he does. I saw a little bit there. Can you put that up?
This bullshit. Wait, that bullshit. That bullshit.
No, not that one.
Okay.
He put some. They put up the the recipe for the oxtails. I think I saw. Oh, there you go.
Sorry, Greg.
All right, marinate them, then sear them and braise them with an allspice, garlic, pepper, scotch bonnet. Oh, you like hot stuff? I can't do that. If you can find it, hibernate. Dang, that's you still like. So
dude, can you find Scotch bonnets?
I can't do that.
I've tried to find Scotch bonnets and I can never find them. Never. Now I'm in upstate New York, so like maybe that's a problem.
Go to Atlanta.
Yeah,
I can't go to Atlanta and get Scotch bonnets, Greg. I'm not going to fly down there and pick up Scotch bonnets and fly home.
Wingtips is not actually a dress shoe; it's actually a shirt type. Wingtip shirt or suit, yeah. But you was close, Daniel. You was close. But yeah, I everybody wants me to make a well, not everybody, but a lot of people want me to make a hot barbecue sauce. I wouldn't know if it's good or not because I don't like hot stuff. I don't like hot stuff.
Also, Doug, like, don't get all antsy. I'm just telling you why Steve has it and you don't. Move to Atlanta and level up your fucking location, and you might be able to get good shit. It's not anybody's fault that you're in New York.
Hey, you can always find it on the internet. Don't worry, don't listen to him. You can always find it on the internet.
I'm gonna take this moment to move the focus off of my goofy co-host and move the focus to my beer that I have, which is my 6th beer. I don't remember the last time I had a 6th motherfucking beer on this fucking stream.
Me either.
It might have been, I think it was the Speakeasy after the Goomba. And this is Wisco Disco. This is from Stillmank. You can't see it. They're a Green Bay brewery. And real quick, y'all, I was there last week on my road trip, and I'm telling you that Stillmank was one of those. Darren, you ever go into a place where the food or the beer or any of the things doesn't have to be the top notch, but like you feel a vibe and the people are fucking nice and like the music is perfect and it doesn't have to be like whatever like you're imbibing or whatever you're eating. It doesn't have to be that.
It doesn't have to be
people,
the best, but you love the atmosphere.
Environment. Yeah. I walk into this brewery, and this is a brewery that I was really looking forward to going, and I get in there and the bartender was just sweet and the fucking hold on. Thank you. Let me finish because we always get to the comments. And then, so the bartender was sweet, Darren, but really, I want to accent this. Like I'm a brewery person, right? I go to breweries all the time, right? But I'm trying to get out of there before y'all start to fucking play your band. Generally, bands and breweries are just fucking, I'm the antithesis of it.
That or DJ.
Too loud. It's too loud. Y'all aren't great generally. Y'all just aren't. I'm just saying. and it's loud, and I can't correspond with the people next to me. I just feel like I'm like in an island. Like I was in Stillmank and they started playing the music, Darren, and they fucking start with Herbie Hancock Chameleon, which is a 20-minute song. And I just I was just like,
you know, we can't do that loud. I mean,
and then it was this.
I'm too old for that. I'm just really too old for that.
No, and I thought I was too, but I enjoyed this shit.
But Herbie Hancock is I mean, his jazz fusion stuff is different. You know what I mean?
It's just great.
It's
So then, Darren, like I made the mistake to go to the next brewery, which I should have never left the brewery this Herbie Hancock brewery. And I'm not even going to name the brewery because I just didn't have a great experience because I got there and I was like, bitch, you should have never left. Like, what the fuck? And it was Stillmank Brewing. So I have to shout them out because they just have a really good environment. Wisco Disco, if y'all are familiar, people in Wisconsin know this beer. This is like a classic beer. Everybody knows it. And it's a really good beer. I don't have to really talk about it, but it's just a vibe place. And I'm just shout out to all the vibe places. Like their beer is good. Don't get me wrong, but like it's just about the vibe. You walk in, you just feel home.
Right.
Like people are just it's just great. So shout out to Stillmank Brewing in Green Bay. Y'all are real ones. And if I lived in Green Bay, that would probably be my third space, meaning I would probably go there all the fucking time just because they gave off the good vibes. The Herbie Hancock, the bartender, her name is actually, I have her card right here. Let's shout her the fuck out while I'm here.
Shout
her
out.
name is Stephanie, and she's fucking excellent per human. Stephanie, she's really fucking great. I need to follow up with her and thank her for the good time that she allowed me to have sitting at the bar, and I felt safe there, which I don't in a lot of places because I'm a black man in this weird ass, purple ass, fucking weird ass state. But y'all didn't hear me say that actually. I love the state, and I love doing my Badger Beer Report, and I love everything about Wisconsin. I didn't say that.
The true
Anyway,
test, the true test, if anything, is you got to go there at least 2 more times and see if you feel that same vibe. If that's and
I will.
You got to go there at least. You got to go at least 2 more times.
Oh, and while I was there, I went to another brewery the night before where I met a racist bitch who literally went on my brand page and fucking spewed a whole bunch of fucking dog shit about me on my Badger Beer Report. And unfortunately, I hid that fucking comment. I wanted to unhide it when I came back so I could fucking screenshot it and put her on blast on my Friday show. But unfortunately, I couldn't fucking unscreen it. But fuck that bitch because she was a racist bitch because she clearly lied on my name at least 6 times in one paragraph, which is pretty hard, actually, if you really try. And like, it's funny because, oh yeah, I'm on a rant. White people, well, how the fuck do you know if someone's racist or not? Well, here you go. If I fucking walk into a brewery and I have a correspondence with people and then you get on a fucking something and say literally 6 things that were lies about a black man and you are a white woman, I would easily consider you fucking racist. Okay, cool, because none of that shit was true. One of the things that she said while I'm here is that like I was rude to the bartender. Darren, I literally hit on the bartender. So it was wild. The whole thing was idiotic. And she's a racist and fuck her. That's it.
The views expressed.
And on that note, I'm going to finish my wonderful beer.
Not necessarily those.
I'm going to finish my beer from a not racist brewery called McFleshman's, and then I'm going to finish from another not racist brewery from Stillmank. And I should probably wrap this up because it looks like Doug is fading out.
I'm fading. I apologize, folks, but
before I pop him in the other eye, the whole black eye thing is weird.
Doug is fading, and Greg is on number 6, which is making him
dude, that's making him like a superhuman. So let's go.
Making me what, Darren?
It's making me high.
Somebody's going to sleep well tonight.
It'll be me. It'll be me.
I have to eat my General's chicken. I'm going to have to warm it up now.
Doug knows I'm just starting.
Yeah. See, I told you.
Whoa.
This is it for me.
Hold
I'm
on.
done. Raccoon eyes.
Maybe it's getting more bruised.
Yes, April. That's yes. The sleepy
all
eye.
right. So,
yes.
all right. So we got to get some.
I'm telling you, this is very much the whole '80s smoky eye
Doug,
look.
The
Doug,
grunge.
she's not wrong, dude. It looks like it's getting worse.
It's the grunge
Not
look.
wrong.
Dude, this has been getting worse for 2 days.
I think you need to go to the doctor, man. You don't want to make sure you ain't got like bust a vessel or something.
It doesn't
Urgent
hurt.
care, man. Urgent care.
All right, peoples. We're gonna start wrapping this up. Darren, this is the spot that we talk about what we drank. So you first because you're a guest.
I had
Doug, you second.
This is my empty bottle because I'm there, but
Oh,
I had my Uncle Nearest 1856. This is my bourbon of choice. I do this more than anything. So fooey to whatever's going on with them, but this will always be, it's because of the history of this will always still be one of my number one bourbons.
Amen. And Darren, talk about the benefits of putting it in the decanter.
Oh man, that's just because I want to look cool. I want to look like the people on Dynasty when I was a little kid. So
Dynasty.
how they used to come into their office. They walk into the office after a hard day and they take off their thing and
so it's some white people shit. So it's white people shit.
It's an important people stuff, man. Important people.
Okay.
Business important. You know how everybody important in their office they got a little set. So shout out to my sister-in-law again. She bought me this set.
Okay.
So yeah, it ain't Hennessy. It's not Hennessy though. I do not like Hennessy, but I digress with that. But yes, that's what I was drinking.
Tupac.
And I have not tried their rye yet. No, I haven't. I heard that's pretty good too. But I didn't drink this, but I would have if I knew we were still on the beer kick. This is from 11-3 Brewery. They're a local brewery here in Chardon, Ohio, and this was one of their summer brew. So yes, but next time if I'm invited again for a fourth time, I will save one for you. Yes, I love Uncle Nearest. Again, I did it just because of the story, but then I fell in love with the flavor. So yes.
Doug, do you think Darren has earned another time on our podcast here?
Are you kidding? Yes. Are you out of your mind? Of course, yes.
No.
Okay, let's ask chat. Do I get a chance to come again? Maybe this time I won't talk about Greg, but
I'm just asking, do I have to get dragged every time he comes on here, Doug? Is that
no? You're just gonna be,
dude. Is that your concern?
I've
made that's your concern. Jesus Christ,
Greg, I made it official. It will. I don't have to drag you anymore because it's gonna be in my obituary. I made it official. It's going into the will now.
Dude, you're fine. All's fine.
Listen, I got dragged, so y'all have to deal with this.
God damn it. Fuck you.
She's so, I don't know what the word is, but
wait, did she drop a couple of bars after that?
She drops bars that you never want to hear.
Daniel thinks I should come back. Steve thinks I should come back. April, what about you? Jonathan, I hope that you will say yes too if you're still here.
Like, seriously?
Again.
Y'all bitches are supposed to be my people, not his. What the fuck?
Hey, listen, you fucking said this kind of shit about me multiple times, and I'm good with that because
what did I say about you? Wait, what?
I've said you've been like, "Hey, Doug's a doofus," and I'm like, "Yep, yeah, you're right."
So it's true. So I'm wrong for telling the truth?
No. Here's the thing: do you think people are wrong to call you on the truth?
Right. No. I mean,
no. Wait. What?
Doug, what the fuck did you drink? What the fuck did you drink, Doug?
Hey, you had 6 beers.
Well,
6, bro.
I
You
want
had
you to
6.
move on from me dragging because y'all are conveniently back here. And now we're supposed to be talking about our beers, not about how it's fun to grab.
I'm happy to talk
grab
about my
Greg on
beers.
his own
Are you
platform.
ready? Are you ready for my beers?
We're supposed to be talking about the rest of our beers, not that it's fun to drag Greg on his own platform.
Before you get to that, Doug, I think I got a consensus in the chat. I think I got a consensus in the chat that they would like to have me back again.
6-pack Greg is
Look, I'm not trying to. Y'all just fuck all it. Fuck, literally fuck all.
Fuck all you fake ass
Right.
bitches.
And clearly, all of y'all are the problem, and I'm not. So
Oh yeah, definitely nobody else. Just
could
everybody
never
else.
be the problem.
Definitely
All of
nobody
y'all
else.
are-
Definitely nobody else.
Can you get to the fucking point, please, or what the fuck?
All right, so Sugar that's not a bad beer. It was just my least favorite of the crew. Man, I'm gonna tell you, the other 2 beers I had were like neck and fucking neck, and in different ways. This whole shit. The hazy pale ale from Burlington Brewing Company. One, I'm not just being like, "Hey, this is great" because the can art. It was actually a really good hazy, but the Black Ops thing was better just by hair. So, fucking really good. 6-pack Greg, it's expensive.
Yes, Jonathan, in the obituary. Yes, absolutely. It is going there. My pettiness is going to the grave.
Literally, fuck all of y'all. So
fuck all of y'all.
I have to collect myself here. So number 1 was clearly the McFleshman's fuller joint. Like that was wild.
That was the ESB, right?
Wild. The ESB across the fucking. It was. Shout out to McFleshman's, Bobby. You're the shit. You're shit. Sway is always going to be great. Y'all know it was one of my favorite stops last week. I love him. Matt Sampson. Shout out, buddy. Shout out. Oh, another McFleshman's joint here. If I can. Nice West Coast IPA. Bobby. Shout out. Yes, I'm calling all my motherfuckers out. Bridge Up. Doug was a good one. Shout out to Trent from Bridge Up. Yes, I am dropping names. I know all these bitches. This, I have no idea who made this. This is a Doug special. Doug would have loved it. I finished it. It was great. It was some big, black, wonderful beer. Wonderful, wonderful. Chocolate, all kinds of shit. What else is left here? Oh, I have the Wisco Disco that I should have never opened because I didn't even take a sip of it yet. But we'll figure that out right now. Doug, next week I am not here.
Yeah. So we are fortunate enough that we are going to have Jerry with us as a co-host. I haven't figured out what we're going to do yet, but
Wait,
we're going
who again?
Jerry Richard.
Oh, Doug has not figured out what we're gonna do, but Greg, the producer, who will not be here, exactly knows. So Doug and Jerry and Matt Strain are going to talk about athletic brewing because
we're going to talk NA beers.
NA beers. Matt Strain is also an ex-chef, so we will also talk about Thanksgiving dinner. We will also talk about Christmas dinner. But Doug is going to go off the rails literally 600 times. So be prepared for.
Hey! What are you trying to say about me, motherfucker?
Be prepared for topics that we don't talk about, and probably none of those topics will be talked about because Doug will be in charge and Greg will be on the bus somewhere in the UP of Michigan at that time. So with that being said, it will be very entertaining because it won't be Greg's structured bullshit, and it will be Doug's random, out of control wonderfulness that Doug brings to everything that he does. And if it wasn't for my structure bullshit and Doug's random bullshit, y'all would never get Brothers and Brews and the Speakeasy Conversations. So it's that wonderful mix of chaos that y'all love and enjoy. And it will not be seen next week because I will not be here, but Doug's random craziness will be.
You got this, Doug. You got it.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe.
The UP at Michigan.
Darren,
Yes, sir.
I love you to death. You're
I
one of
love
my
you,
you. I
man.
love you.
you're
I
one of
love
my
you.
favorite friends that I don't
Both of
talk
you.
to when I come to town.
Yeah. Yes.
But
Yes, sir.
you know I love you to death despite that.
Absolutely.
Darren, where can everybody find your wonderfulness, whether it be your barbecue, whether it be your relationships, whether it be all that? Please take as
Yep.
much time as you need to tell everybody what's up with your buddy.
You can most of my socials. You can find me at Carter's BBQ 216. That is my website. That is Facebook. That is Twitter. No, I forgot about them. I don't think I'm on here anymore. Blue Sky. I'm on Blue Sky. Carter's Barbecue, Blue Sky, whatever that is. TikTok, of course, Carter's Barbecue 216. So that is me in a nutshell. It is a barbecue, but that's I show my whole, well, at least what I want y'all to see, on those socials, as we all do. For the new podcast, you can find us on YouTube and on Instagram and Facebook at He Said, She Said. What's love got to do with it with the Carters? So he said, she said, what's love got to do with it with the Carters? And if you all would go to Facebook, and not Facebook as much, but even just YouTube, and subscribe. Jonathan, love seeing you too, man. Obviously, I miss Dad 2.0. But anyway, go and follow me there and look at my stuff when I post it. If you would, I appreciate it. I like and a comment for any and everything that I do. If you're not following me on Facebook, please do, because look, I'm trying to monetize, people. I am trying to monetize. So, and believe it or not, you can get more money at Facebook than you can on Instagram. So I need to get viewership up, and it's what I do anyway. I would love to have an extra income coming in. That's wonderful. But you get to see who I am, and I'm a crazy little dude. So, and like I said, there's not a camera or a mic I don't like. Doug the Hammer, yes sir. Greg the Six
I'm
Pack.
working on the 6-pack. I mean, I kind of need it now, given I'm single. You know what I mean? I got to show my best out.
Yeah,
man.
I think
Right.
you know what we should just talk to them. We should up a sidebar. I'm sorry, but we should at least do like one big Zoom. From all the Doug 2.0. I mean, not Doug 2.0.
So
Doug
Dad,
2.0. Wow.
the Dad
Before we
2.0.
Wow.
So, Doug, Darren has not been involved in our Dad 2.0 father thing, right? He needs to be involved this year.
What happened? What I missed?
So, the last 2 years, we've done a Dad 2.0 reunion for Father's Day. And
Really? No, I
yeah.
didn't know
And,
about that.
and of course, Doug, my fucking dumbass has not invited Darren. But that would probably.
You know what? I'm not. Even though I just talked about Facebook, like personally and stuff, where all that stuff is where I would get my notifications. I live more. No, you're right, Jonathan. You are so right. But I'm gonna let this one pass though, because I live more on IG than I do Facebook. But I'm gonna let that one pass, Jonathan. But you are definitely correct. Don't think that didn't pass me by. Don't think it didn't pass me by. But there you go.
Also, I would like to point out that JHG misspelled my last name, even though it is part of my name.
Who did?
He's Zeigle. We misspelled that. So
that's a typo. Tell him it's a typo.
Dude, that should happen, dude. I spell it different than almost everybody else spelling the things. I before E, except after C.
Horrible friend.
Doug, I told Greg, I was like, he sent me the flyer. I was like, what my W? What my W? What
I saw that.
W? So I get it. I get it.
I don't even know why Darren.
Nice JG, motherfucker. I'm sorry.
I don't even know why Darren is still my friend at this point. I'm just gonna love it and like.
Hey man,
are you gonna list it or are you gonna love it?
Love,
must see
love,
some good things.
covers a multitude. You know what I'm saying?
Hell
So
yeah. Hell
that's
yeah.
that's
Hell
that's
yeah.
that's what it does,
Hell yeah.
man. That's what it
Hell
does.
yeah. There's got to be something I did to impress this guy, Doug. Because Jesus
Yeah.
Christ, oh my God, I might as well I don't even know.
He
Oh
So
yeah,
did, he did
let me
like
know
Brad.
about this next. Let me know about this
no, no,
this
no,
this next Father's Day. So
Darren, I will tell you in advance, and I actually want you. At this point, you need to co-host with us. Is that cool?
hey, yeah, I'm
Well,
down. I'm sure.
well, given that the date works, if that makes sense. How about
Right.
that?
Because
Right.
I mean, y'all do it on the Sunday, right? The actual day.
Yeah, I can actually tell you the day right now. It's like the week before. It's like the weekend of Father's Day is when we do it.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
we do
I'm
it
good.
on Friday. We do it on Friday
We do it the
before it.
Friday. I can tell you once we get off here, actually, the
Right.
literal date.
I got
So,
you. I'm there.
but if you have a barbecue thing, obviously you can, we got you. It's cool.
hmm
But like otherwise though, I'm telling you live here, I want you to fucking co-host like us, and then what we do is we get a co-host from the whole dad, the blogger. We had
Right.
Jason Green. We also had, I forget who we had last year, Doug. We had Jason Green too. But we get like one person to, co-host with us, and then we invite like as many as we can.
Right.
That
Right.
I know, guys. We had Mike Cruz last year. Who do we have last year, Doug? Do you remember? We had
I
a
can't
bunch of
remember off
people.
the top of my head.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
Mike
yeah. We have
Cruz
a
is
bunch
one
of people.
Well,
But anyway,
it'd just be good just to see everybody again, even though
yeah,
it's
yeah,
not in person. But yeah, that'd be great, man.
absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yep, yeah. But so we'll talk about that once we leave here. But anyway,
Cool.
y'all. Darren, you got everything out. Doug is about to pass out,
I
and
am
I will.
tired, folks. I apologize. I'm an old man.
Why are you apologizing? We're almost like getting in the Zach range here. So anyway, next week is Doug and Jerry from
Yep.
Modern Brews and Beats, and Matt Strain, who they're going to talk
Yep.
about Thanksgiving, Christmas, athletic, and whatever the fuck Doug's going to talk about. So
There you go,
hang
Dave.
out there long.
There you was. I'm
So
telling you, the comments have been
they're on
so
fire,
on
man.
On point.
on
Fire.
point. Thank
And
you
we didn't even
guys.
have
Thank you.
Zach's fucking crazy ass this week. So I think we're going to take that as a good sign, right, Doug?
Yep, for sure.
And we'll see y'all next week. Darren, stick
Mm.
around. We ain't done with you yet. Yeah, I was about to say that. We love our comment section. We love all of you. We love Darren. We kind of love Doug. We deal with Doug, right, Doug?
Much love for Doug. Much
We
love.
deal with Doug.
But go to an urgent care, Doug.
Well, listen, Doug is the white guy, so we tolerate him. How about that, Darren? That's what we do.
Fair enough. Fair
No,
enough.
we love this Doug. He's invited to the cookout.
I got it, but he's still white.
Yeah,
Darren.
but he's still.
It's still.
You got to have allies, man. You got to have allies.
So my question is if one person says I'm invited to the cookout and the other person's like, yeah, well, maybe. Does that mean that I'm not, or does that mean I am? That's the question.
Invited to the barbecue?
You go with who's the most influential.
Greg. Unfortunately, it's Greg on this show.
Is it?
Which means I'm gonna fucking just fade into oblivion.
Is it though? I don't know.
Hey, you know what? Bye.
Darren's
Enjoy
probably
your night.
bigger in the barbecue thing than me. But also though, yeah, Doug, yeah, Darren's the heat here. I'm just a sideshow. But yeah, Doug. So Doug, next week we'll see you. Darren, thank you for everything. We'll see you at the latest, again, schedule permitting.
Yeah,
The Dad 2 thing. Absolutely have to have you. Oh yeah, we had our boy Creed. We had Art Eddie.
Yeah. Those my dudes. I love
my
y'all
boys.
guys.
Hell yeah, those are our boys.
Miss all of y'all. Yeah.
Right. We take the black. Hell yeah. Right, Steve. Right. Right. Love Doug, but on some level, fuck him because he's white. And on that note,